towards right center field for Manny Ramirez. Deep, far, number 500 for Manny Ramirez. One of the greatest hitters the game has ever seen. Takes another step towards the hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Fenway Park.
They struck him out, and the Red Sox win. Welcome to Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland for Game 3 of the 4-game series between the Red Sox and the Baltimore Orioles. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, what a night it was last night for Manny Ramirez, reaching the 500 home run milestone. For Manny, he becomes the 24th member to join that club and only the 3rd member of the Red Sox to have it done. We take a look at the other two along with Manny. Of course, Jimmy Fox did it the fastest in just 7,084 at-bats. Ted Williams doing it off Win Hawkins at Cleveland Stadium. And Manny Ramirez off Chad Bradford last night in 7,263 at-bats. Certainly for Manny, he's happy to have it behind him.
I'm happy, everything that I accomplished, like I said, it means a lot. Not everybody get that chance to go and get to 500, so I'm just proud to do it and to move on.
We welcome in Jerry Remy, and Jerry, I imagine this is just the first of many milestones for Manny Ramirez.
Well, it was a lot of fun to watch that last night, Don. Obviously, Manny getting number 500, and of course, I think the pressure was on him for a long time to get it done. He wanted to do it so desperately at Fenway Park, and for a long period of time, you could see that he was not himself. He was out of sorts a little bit. Well, he finally gets it accomplished last night, and what a load it has to be off his mind to get that done, and the reception he got from his teammates in that dugout, all anxious for him to get it done, and what a tremendous accomplishment for Manny Ramirez. Just another step for him as he heads to the Hall of Fame. And of course, Manny still at 36 years old has the possibility of getting to 600 home runs. Now, what becomes very important, I think, to the Red Sox and Manny Ramirez is that he get hot like he was early in the season, because David Ortiz, we don't know about him. Hurt his wrist in the ball game last night. He's not in the lineup today. MRI when he gets back to Boston. I spoke with him this morning. It doesn't seem to be too good. So I think it's time, Manny, with this out of the way, gets hot again like he was in April and maybe carry this ball club offensively.
Well, today the Red Sox will send Bartolo Colon to the mound. He's 2-0 in a Red Sox uniform. The first pitch from Baltimore is next.
Red Sox memories, the stories behind the greatest moments. The 107-year history of the Boston Red Sox, told like never before. Now available on DVD, Red Sox Memories.
You ready, bro? Ready. You ready, little dude? He is so ready.
Get ready for game day at BostonGlobeStore.com. There's something for all fans. Apparel, gifts, autographed gear, and more. Gotta have it? Shop online. Shop anytime at BostonGlobeStore.com.
No matter where you live, no matter how far you commute, there's one simple way to make it all a little more enjoyable. The Honda Civic. Every model designed with fuel efficiency in mind. The very affordable LX, the sleek and sexy SI, or the Civic Hybrid, the most fuel-efficient car in its class. The Civic from Honda. Join the family. Lease a Honda Civic for $199 a month for well-qualified customers.
Closed captioning provided by Finagle. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or supper, don't settle for average food. Go beyond that. Finagle, go beyond good. Boston Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, New England Toyota dealers, Dunkin' Donuts, Subaru Outback, Ricoh, New England Ford dealers, and by Sovereign Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox Cable Network. And a beautiful day outside Camden Yards as the Red Sox and Orioles get ready for this third game of the series. As last night had a little precipitation before the ball game, turned into a great night. And here today, a very nice day, as you see lots of sunshine here in Camden Yards. The Orioles have taken the field. The Red Sox starting lineup is brought to you by Fighting Experience, The Energy. Jacoby Ellsbury leads it off in center field with Dustin Pedroia at second base. Kevin Youkilis at first base with Manny Ramirez in the DH spot. Mike Lowell at third base. Jason Varitek does the catching bat sixth, with J.D. Drew back in the lineup for Boston and in right field. Jeff Bailey getting the start for Boston in left, and Julio Lugo at shortstop bats ninth. The starting pitcher is brought to you by Infinity, and on the mound today for the Orioles is Brian Burres.
His record stands at 4-4 in the season, a 4.15 ERA, coming off his worst start of the season last time out against the Yankees. They pounded him around. He only lasted 3 2/3, giving up 10 hits and 8 earned runs against New York. Against Boston in his career, he's made 1 start in 8 appearances, a 1-0 record with a 3.07 ERA. The defense this afternoon for the Orioles will have Aubrey Huff at third base, Freddie Bynum the shortstop, Brian Roberts at second, and Kevin Millar at first. Left to right, Jay Payton, Adam Jones, and Nick Markakis, and Guillermo Quirez doing the catching for Burres.
Well, the first pitch of this one to Jacoby Ellsbury as he shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a strike. Burres dealing with Ellsbury, Pedroia, and Youkilis here in the top half of the first inning. This one back through the middle and into center field. Ellsbury with a base hit to begin the afternoon.
Now the Red Sox will see nothing overpowering from Burres this afternoon. The fastball will be about 89 to 91. You saw the curveball that Ellsbury just hit for the base hit. He'll throw the changeup, and every once in a while he'll drop down to the side. That's something Mike Flanagan, who is here with the Orioles, is trying to teach him to do to try to get left-handers out. That time he could not get Ellsbury out on the breaking ball.
Well, Jacoby jumps out to his lead. It's been a big stolen base series for Ellsbury. There's the pitch in there for strike. Had 3 in the first game, 3 last night.
He now leads the league in steals with 26. Ichiro is second with 24.
Pedroia late in the cut, and he's down 0-2. And a home run here yesterday, snapping an 0-for-12 drought. In the third innings, the Red Sox went back-to-back, Ortiz and Pedroia. And Jerry, certainly some concern over David Ortiz at the time. It appeared to be something that you had to worry about, as he said himself that he heard a pop, and today they're calling it a wrist strain and hoping to do some work with him today and hope that the results will be good, but it sounds like there may be more testing in his future.
Well, I talked to him this morning down in the Red Sox clubhouse. Of course, he had that wrist all bandaged up. They had the x-rays yesterday with negative, but of course they don't put much stock in those kind of x-rays anymore. He said it was hurting. He said he felt a pop, and when he gets back to Boston, they're going to take an MRI of that wrist, and we'll just see if how serious the damage is.
Pedroia reaches out and sends it to right field, right at Nick Markakis, who handles the first out.
And the Ortiz play just really happened on a swing. Fouled it off, and you can see immediately how that left wrist started to bother him, and they got him out of the lineup right away. And again, quite sore this morning prior to the ball game.
So 1 down, Jacoby Ellsbury at first base, and here's Kevin Youkilis. We wonder if in the absence of David Ortiz, we'll be seeing more of Youkilis in this 3 spot. Has been remarkable over the last couple of years in all the different spots in the lineup that Terry Francona has used. Kevin Youkilis, and he has fit into that 3 spot very well when need be, or the 4 spot, or any spot for that matter. Leading up over 300 at 302, 9 homers and 35 runs batted in. Here goes Ellsbury as the pitch is a strike, and Ellsbury is going to be out. That doesn't happen often. He's gone down by Guillermo Quirez.
Yep, that's only the 3rd time this season that he's been thrown out. And the reason is a pretty quick move to home plate by Brian Burres, the pitcher. It's almost like a slide step. Still very close at second base. An excellent throw right on the money. And the tag put on apparently just before Ellsbury got to the bag.
So 2 down. Youkilis with a swing and a miss is quickly down 0-2. It's the 4th base stealer that Quiros has caught this year of 13. This one bouncing in, and the count 1-2. As you mentioned today, of course, to the Red Sox are without Terry Francona today. He misses today's game to attend his daughter's graduation at Brookline High School today. And bench coach Brad Mills again managing. In fact, Mills has now managed more games here at Camden Yards this season than Terry Francona has. So today is the 3rd game for Brad Mills, and of course Francona managing 2.
So when we come to Baltimore, we should call Mills the co-manager.
He's conducted more of these managers meetings with the media in Baltimore than Terry has this season as well. We were joking about that before the ball game today. Nichols fouls it off to the right, and it hangs at 2-2.
You got no bat speed, Kevin. You got no bat speed.
There's Manny Ramirez waiting on deck. Nicholas returning to the lineup in the first game of this series, missed 3 games due to the soreness in his right hand as part of this road trip. Now he lines one to left field. Peyton was deep, and that's going to fall in. Bobbles it for a moment, but no further advance for Youkilis. 2-out single.
Youkilis barely remains in the top 10 in hitting as Manny comes to the plate.
So many of these Red Sox fans who made it down to Baltimore extremely happy to see Manny do it in this series. And all their 500 signs ready to go for the entire weekend.
Right.
Manny bats with 2 outs. Youkilis at first base. 3rd player to hit 500 in a Red Sox uniform. The 24 have done it. He's the 12th youngest to accomplish that feat, just turning 36, of course, the day before yesterday. And he is the 2nd native-born player from the Dominican Republic. Of course, grew up in New York, but born in the Dominican. Sammy Sosa the 1st. He's got the 4th highest career batting average of the 24 members of the 500 club at .312. Williams at .344, Babe Ruth at .342, Jimmy Fox at .325, and then Manny. That's the fly ball to center. Adam Jones is headed back. Jones onto the track to make the catch right in front of the wall. Youkilis left at first. Red Sox don't score. The Orioles coming up.
Whoa.
Hey. Hey. We followed you from work.
Nick, can you share a productivity tip?
I use Southwest Airlines. Yeah, Southwest has a ton of non-stops, even on long flights. I mean, just look at all these non-stop. And you can get a ton of stuff done the whole time. No connections, no interruptions.
Solid gold!
What? Did you say solid gold? Yeah. I gotta get to my gate.
Over 3,400 daily non-stops to the places you do business.
You're now free to be more productive.
Be sure to go to Nesson.com and vote for who you think should be the Chevrolet Player of the Game. Voting starts during the 8th inning of every game on Nesson. Chevy offers 7 models with an estimated 30 highway miles per gallon or better. Chevrolet, an American revolution.
Dames en heren, we gaan beginnen!
Exceptionally brewed for a taste that's pure Amsterdam. Amstel Light, one damn good beer.
Summer is back. And so is your lobster craving. D'Angelo's 100% lobster sandwich is here. Have you taken care of your craving this week?
You're watching NESN, home of the Boston Bruins and world champion Boston Red Sox.
Woodsville, New Hampshire is here. I'm very happy. And Jerry, I think you look like Richard Dreyfuss. I think you're going to need a bigger boat. I am very happy. I like my hair, too. Fantastic. Well, he head to the bottom of the first inning, and Brian Roberts leads it off.
Well, Bartolo Colon making his third start in the Red Sox uniform. He's 2-0. Of course, last time out, 7 innings against Seattle, 5 hits, only 1 run. Kind of worked out perfect for Colon in his last start.
Roberts going the opposite way to left field. Jeff Bailey is out there today, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Check out the rest of the Orioles starting lineup, brought to you by Rico. Nick Markakis in right field, bat second, with Kevin Millar at first base. Aubrey Huff at third. Luke Scott's the DH today. Jay Payton in left. Adam Jones in center. Guillermo Quiros does the catching, and Freddie Bynum back at shortstop, bats ninth. Markakis in the 2 spot, fouls it back.
Well, if the first 2 hitters are any indication, I was going to mention, you know, last time out against Seattle, very aggressive against Bartolo Colon, which allowed him to get deep in that game. 84 pitches in 7 innings.
Let's do it, Big Daddy. Coming back.
Colon was very happy with his fastballs last time out, not so much with his sliders. He did throw a few of them and very few changeups in that game against the Mariners. But the perfect 2-0 record, wins against Kansas City and Seattle.
And there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Nick Markakis with a couple of doubles here last night, 2 for 5. 258 average overall, 9 homers, 24 runs batted in. Kevin Millar bats third and waits on deck. Towards right center field. Drew and Ellsbury headed back. That was going to hit off the wall. The second base goes Markakis. Mentioned a couple of doubles last night. He's got his first double of the day.
Yeah, 2 for 5 with 2 doubles on Saturday night. Leads off with a double here on Sunday afternoon. You'll find that gap between J.D. Drew and Jacoby Ellsbury out there in right center field. Boy, that didn't miss a home run by very much off the top of the wall.
Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
One out, Nick Markakis at second base, and here's Kevin Millar. Talking the papers here over the last couple of days. Millar not running full speed to first base the other night in the 13-inning game, and announced to the media that he's been battling a strained hamstring. And there's 2 down as he pops out on the first pitch.
Let's take a look at the Red Sox defense, 8th in the American League with 36 errors on the season. Mike Lowe will be at third base. Julio Lugo, the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second, and Kevin Youkilis at first. Jeff Bailey gets the start in left. Jacoby Ellsbury and J.D. Drew round out the outfield, and Jason Varitek doing the catching for Bartolo Colon.
Umpiring crew today. Rob Drake has played Alfonso Marquez at first base, Andy Fletcher at second base, and Bob Davidson at the plate last night at third base today. So 2 down in the inning. Markakis at second. Here's Aubrey Huff. Takes ball 1. Huff 1 for 3 with a double and a walk here last night after homering in the first game of the series. Has 9 home runs on the season. Pops it up and sends Lugo to short left center. Makes the catch. They lead Markakis in scoring position. Done with one, no score.
We can't explain this, but we can explain auto insurance and the big changes in Massachusetts. And now you could save over $250 when you bundle auto and home policies with Amica.
KFC Famous Bowls, freshly prepared with our home-style mashed potatoes, layered with sweet corn, all-white meat, crispy chicken, and topped with our signature gravy and 3-cheese blend. Life tastes better with KFC.
I'm so sorry. When I'm not busy with work, I'm busy with something else. So of course I make a lot of calls. Take a flight in the morning. But with Comcast, I don't give my phone bill a second thought.
I know you're not going to believe this, but once again, I lost.
Plus, I can check my voicemail online, which is great. And I get all kinds of features to keep me in touch. Or not.
Get unlimited calling from home and great features, too, with Comcast Digital Voice. Just $29.99 per month for 6 months. It's Comcastic.
See a new ad every day at massvacation.com. Massachusetts. It's all here.
Pairing beer with food works just as well as pairing wine with food. You can find a beer to match up with anything.
Sam Adams, I think it's the best beer to drink with food.
If people are really honest with themselves, I think sometimes you'd just rather have a beer.
We can't explain this, but we can explain auto insurance and the big changes in Massachusetts. And now you could save over $250 when you bundle auto and home policies with Amica.
Top of the second inning back in Baltimore as Mike Lowell leads it off. Scoreless contest after one. They are the personal trainers. A great model at NessonStore.com. In right field, and will fall for a base hit. Nick Markakis into foul ground, and trying for two is Lowell, but he is just in. Wow. Close play, and in is Lowell with a leadoff double.
Well, Markakis has 8 assists in the outfield and made it very close at second base against Mike Lowell. Just toward the end of the bat for Lowell as he bloops one into right. It's that fastball away toward the end of the bat, and Lowell hustling all the way will get into second base with the leadoff double here in the second inning. As I mentioned, Markakis 8 assists on the season, the most in the American League, but not quite in time to get Lowell that time. Now, for you women who just woo over the brown shirt guy, you can always go to Nesson.com store and check him out all day long. Maybe get a poster and put it in your room.
Or just go on and get the bobble desk, which is always available. Jason Varitek stands in and takes a pitch up high. That's a lot of work being a personal trainer for such a model like that.
Male model, yeah. Have to stay in tip-top condition all times.
It's a 24-hour-a-day job. Varitek batting 6th in the Red Sox order today. And fouling one off to the right. Really been quiet on the road trip until last night, as he was able to break out with 3 hits, 3 for 4 in the ball game last night. Had been 0 for 19 on the trip. Now 3 for 22 at the production last night. Check out the league leaders. They're brought to you by Olympia Sports. We're just talking about Nick Markakis leading the majors in outfield assists. He's got 8. Delman Young with 7. Alex Rios with 6, tied with B.J. Upton. Rios got 5 for the Yankees so far this season. First backs off. Ahead in the count 1-2 to Jason Varitek. 1-2 down low, and the count now 2-2. Reaches out, flips it into right field. To third base goes Lowell on the base hit for Jason Varitek.
Well, Varitek gets a changeup, and of course, trying to move the ball to the opposite field. This kind of made it easy for him to do so. As he gets the changeup away, just reaches out and punches it into right field for the base hit. Of course, Lowell had to be very cautious and ends up at third base. So Varitek, who just could not get a hit early part of this trip, 3 hits last night, now 1 for 1 this afternoon.
Well, the conditions here so far today, 83 degrees and comfortable. Possible showers. You see some ominous clouds up there over the left field foul pole making their way in our direction.
Seems a little bit more humid than 34%.
First and third, nobody out. J.D. Drew takes strike 1. J.D. returning to the Red Sox lineup. A little bit of vertigo over the last couple of days, but back in there and was available late in last night's game.
I think the Red Sox would very much like to make this game a rout like they would every game, but the fact is it doesn't look like they're going to have Okajima or Papelbon in a close game at the end of this one.
Now, usually you got one or the other, but it appears today you're going to be without both. All the work that they've received in the last 2 days. In there for a strike. Of course, the game ending last night on a double play. It appeared Papelbon was running into a little bit of trouble. It was not one of his more sharp outings of the season. Kojima out there.
He's been busy. 2 innings the night before and then an inning again last night.
2-2 to J.D. Drew. Drew came into the game defensively in last night's game. In the 9th inning in right field. Outfield about playing him straight up with runners at first and third, nobody out. Payton swung over a little bit towards the line. And it's hit in that general direction as Jay Payton backpedals a little bit. Gets himself set to make the catch as Lowell tags a throw to go to second. And the Red Sox will take the 1-0 lead.
Pretty nice job there by J.D. Drew. He gets a slider, which is a pretty good one by Burres. It's away from him, but he's able to elevate it, get it certainly deep enough to get the run home. Breaking ball outside part of the plate, but J.D., whose backside wasn't quite there, but left the hands there, and able to just kind of flick it into left field for the sacrifice fly. So the Red Sox jump out in front, 1-0. 23rd RBI of the season for J.D. Drew.
Varitek still at first base, 1 down in the inning, and here's Jeff Bailey. A pinch hit the other night in the first game of the series, called up just before the game on Friday. And struck out as a pinch hitter in the first game. He's hitting at .318 in 50 games for the Paw Sox so far this season. This player profile is brought to you by Sovereign Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox cable network.
All right, thanks, man.
He likes hitting during the day. .406 batting average for him with the Paw Sox. The time of his call-up, he was ranked 2nd in the International League in RBIs. Now in his 5th season in the Red Sox organization, a non-roster invitee to spring training this spring.
Burres last year spent half the season in the bullpen, half the season in the starting rotation, and of course this year in the starting rotation with the exception of one appearance out of the bullpen.
was 6-8 with a 5.69 ERA last year. A total of 37 games now, as you mentioned, in and out of the rotation. 17 total starts last year. In 87 innings, he gave up 55 earned runs as a starter. This last time suffering his worst start of the year, 3 2/3, allowing 4 home runs before being lifted in the 4th inning.
I think Giambi got him out on Utah Street.
Tap foul by Bailey. He's had to face the Yankees 3 times this year. Won the first time back on April 19th, and what might have been one of his better outings of the year. 5 2/3 shutout as he misses outside. Full count now to Bailey. Then he had a no decision against the Yankees, and then the very tough outing last time out. 3 2/3, 10 hits and 8 runs. Lugo waits on deck. 1 out. Jason Varitek at first base. Bailey pops it up, should reach the seats as Quiros and Millar head over. It's back into the crowd. We're here at Camden Yards in Baltimore. Don Orsillo, Jerry Remy, and Heidi Watney bringing you Boston Red Sox baseball in high definition on NESN. Well, 1 down. Jason Varitek at first base. Red Sox on top 1-0. Jeff Bailey's had a good at bat here. 9th pitch of the at bat coming. And it's strike 3. Bailey took a step towards first, but Rob Drake rings him up. 2 down.
Yeah, you can see the catcher Quiros just hold that ball right in the corner. It took a long time for Drake to make the call, but he finally makes the strike call. See the catcher have to reach across home plate, but then just holds the glove there. The Amica Pitch Zone is brought to you by Amica Insurance, and according to that, it is a strike. I think what made it look bad, Don, is the fact that the Quiros was set up inside and it had to reach across, but it did look like a good pitch.
Julio Lugo stands in and takes ball 1 from Brian Burres. Strike, and it's 1-1 now to Lugo. So for his last 11 over the last 5 games, and 0 for 3 with 3 walks in the series against the Orioles.
Well, another big crowd here this afternoon in Baltimore. It doesn't look quite as big as last night. It was sold out here last night. A few empty seats way up high in left field.
Yeah, back-to-back sellouts on Friday night, Saturday night. And up there in that left field corner, there are some seats as Lugo breaks his bat, grounds it softly to Roberts. Little double clutch, and they don't get Lugo.
A broken bat, a lot of spin, but Roberts made the mistake, in my opinion, of staying back on that ball instead of charging it. And then, of course, once he made the double clutch, that was it. Julio Lugo beats it out. Couldn't get it out of his glove, couldn't get a good handle on it, and Lugo will beat it out and get the base hit. Give Lugo credit for hustling on what might be look like a routine ground ball out.
He's awarded a hit, and it's 1st and 2nd out, 2 down. It's the 15th infield hit of the year for Julio Lugo. And Jacoby Ellsbury, the batter, as he takes strike 1. The key matchup is brought to you by Honda. And Jacoby Ellsbury 3 for 3 against Brian Burres. A couple of RBIs. He's already got a single against him today. A single back in the 1st inning. Miss.
One thing the Orioles have done in this series is they've played poor defense. You know, not heads-up play defensively, not heads-up play on the bases. Really no excuse to get doubled off last night to end that ball game. Freddie Byman threw one away the other night to give the Red Sox a couple of extra runs.
It has not been a pretty series for the Orioles as Ellsbury strikes out. The Red Sox get the game's first run. It's 1-0 Boston.
Thinking is inversely related to pleasure. More thinking, more pain. Thinking takes time, time that can be spent doing. You know, animals don't think, they spring into action. Can you spring? Vegas right now is new restaurants from Mario Batali, Alessandro Strada, Wolfgang Puck, and new pubs like McFadden's that keep the party going all night long. Find it all at visitlasvegas.com. Do it without thinking. Do Vegas right now.
Red Sox Memories, the stories behind the greatest moments. The 107-year history of the Boston Red Sox, told like never before. Now available on DVD, Red Sox Memories.
Who could that be? Oh, wow. I'm there for you, buddy. That was Brad. He really wants to vent.
We should go.
Ready to vent?
Let's vent.
Let's vent.
Let's vent.
Introducing the vented wide mouth can from Coors Light. It lets in air for a smooth, refreshing pour.
Is he okay?
I think we'll be venting a little longer.
For us brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Get the Sunday Globe's award-winning sports coverage every week. Call 1-800-984-5335 today for 50% off home delivery. The Boston Sunday Globe, start the week off right.
Well, Red Sox Nation starting the week off great here in Baltimore. It's been a very good series. Good to see Manny's milestone and a classic here last night. Speaking of classics, Jerry, you got another big scorecard with you. Got your.
I'll tell you what, between John Lester's no-hitter, which was before he went on the road trip, and now Manny's 500th home run, I got a lot of signing to do on this next homestand. I don't think I'll get it all done, but I'll try. But to get that souvenir, theremreport.com.
1-0 as the Red Sox take the lead to the bottom of the second inning. Luke Scott leading it off.
We were going back to the hotel last night, Don, and we were bombarded by people. I was trying to send my message to the website, you know, my game recap, and the orders were already flowing in for the Manny scorecard. So it's been a good month for me. I mean, you know, John Lester no hitter, and then Manny's 500. Keep them coming, fellas.
Luke Scott, Jay Payton, and Adam Jones to bat here in the bottom of the second inning. My scorecard will be available for half price. I just haven't found a place to sell it yet.
Yours is too neat.
Luke Scott lines it into right field. He'll hook this one by J.D. Drew. Back to the wall. He's headed for second base. Drew got it quickly. The throw is going to be off the mark. And into second base goes Scott with a double.
I'll tell you one thing. Luke Scott can certainly pull the ball. There's no question about that. You look at his swing, and it is definitely a hook swing. And he hooks this one even with the Pedroia deep. See, there's a slider by Colon, which is not, he really has not mastered that yet in any of his starts. That one a little bit flat, stayed out over the plate, and the double by Luke Scott.
So Colon has given up 2 hits in an inning plus now, and they've both been doubles. Nick Markakis in the first, and Scott to get things started in the second. Now Jay Payton. Well, the Orioles have been very aggressive with Bartolo Colon going after that first pitch.
Yeah, this is similar to what he saw last time out against Seattle.
That's the bunt down, as it'll be Euclid's off to Colon, who just does get the foot down ahead of Payton. That'll be kind of a tough ball to bunt, and he got it down to move Scott to third base.
Now Payton trying to find any way he possibly can and move that runner to third base with less than 2 outs. And if he doesn't bunt that ball, it probably hits him in the neck. Fastball up and in, but he does get it down to the right side, and he does advance the runner Luke Scott to third.
So 1 down, Adam Jones, the batter.
To me, Don, Jay Payton's the kind of guy I'd rather see him up there trying to swing and hit a home run. He's got that kind of power, not like he once had, but.
So a chop foul. It's not like you got Freddie Bynum or somebody towards the bottom of the order batting.
Yeah, it's not like the Cabrera or Beckett matchup here either this afternoon, where you expect it to be a low-scoring ball game. So a little bit surprised at that move this early in the ball game. Plus, I've been surprised by a lot of things this weekend.
Center field, a base hit, and the game is tied. As from third base comes Scott, and it'll be an RBI single for Adam Jones. Nice play by Drew to cut it off into right center quickly. And the Orioles tie the game 1-1.
Jones had really been struggling for his last 22, but he picks on a Cologne fastball. Nice swing here, inside-out swing. Gets his hands inside the baseball and shoots it hard to the opposite field for the base hit. One of the nicest swings we've seen Jones take this weekend. Picks up his 18th RBI of the season.
So Jones at first base, 1 down. Guillermo Queiroz, the catcher, batting for the first time today. And he takes strike 1 from Cologne. Queiroz to 244 in the season with a home run, 4 runs batted in. First game that he's caught on the weekend, seeing Ramon Hernandez in the first 2 games. Signed by the Orioles as a minor league free agent during the offseason. Go over and relatively close, but back is Adam Jones.
I'll tell you, for a big guy, Cologne has a pretty quick move to first base, quick feet. Tag up around the elbow, hand on the bag.
Broken bat, soft grounder. Pedroia's got 1 play and he makes it to get Queiroz as Jones moves up to second base.
Tonight at 8, Hall of Famer and Bruins legend Ray Bork hits the water and the links with Charlie Moore. After a tough day, the pair hit the spar and enjoy dinner at Bork's North End restaurant, Tresca. Catch Charlie Moore outdoors tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Actually, tonight at 8 o'clock.
Two down, Adam Jones in scoring position at second base. A run already in for the Orioles here in the bottom of the second inning. And here is Freddie Bynum. Bynum, the Orioles shortstop, played in the first game, had yesterday off. And back in there today, hitting at .236, no homers, 2 runs batted in. And he had a key error in that 13-inning game in the first game of the series, led to 2 additional runs for the Red Sox, and at the time gave a 3-run pad.
There's Cologne trying a changeup that time, missing up and away. So Cologne really right now trying to improve on his slider and his changeup.
Bynum just 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position on the season. And takes a strike, 2-1. We went from a beautiful day here in Camden Yards in Baltimore to now cloud-covered Camden Yards in a hurry.
Players like this better. No glare out right now. A little bit easier for the outfielders and infielders on pop-up, and better on for hitters.
Swing and a miss as Cologne battles back. It's 2-2.
Back-to-back fastballs for Colon at 94 miles an hour with a little bit of a tail on it.
Top of the order, Brian Roberts waiting on deck. 2 outs. Adam Jones at second base. And a 2-2 from Colon. And tight. It's a full count. Item coming over from the Cubs for a player to be named later in 2006. And last year was with the Orioles. Played in 70 games. Hit a 260. A couple of home runs. 11 RBIs. And Miguel Tejada gone down here in Baltimore. He's been sharing time at shortstop. Fouls it off and will do it again. 3-2. Wind all of a sudden is picked up here as well. Players love clouds. How do they feel about rain? It seems like that's coming.
Rain and wind is not fun.
On the ground to first base, Youkilis will take it himself to end the inning. The Red Sox give up a run to the Orioles in the second. We're tied at 1 after 2.
Introducing an entirely new, altogether inspired resort destination. The new 825-room MGM Grand at Foxwoods. Go Grand.
Sometimes you get a championship ring for being the best, and sometimes a checking account. Premier Checking from Sovereign. It's one of the best checking accounts on the planet with preferred rates on CDs and home equity loans. Plus over 2,300 Sovereign ATMs, including at most CVS pharmacy locations. Premier Checking, one more way Sovereign works harder for you because you deserve the best.
Nice to see you. Dames en heren, we gaan beginnen!
Exceptionally brewed for a taste that's pure Amsterdam. Amstel Light, one damn good beer.
Time now for the Kawasaki moment. What a moment it was. Manny Ramirez's 500th home run. This moment is brought to you by Kawasaki. Let the good times roll. Manny Ramirez has that behind him. Red Sox have tied the game. Well, actually have had the Orioles tie the game 1-1. Both teams with a single run in the second inning. And it's Dustin Pedroia, Kevin Youkilis, and Manny that third here in the top half of the third inning. Dustin Pedroia batting for the second time today. Flied out to right field first time up. Seems strange to be playing a Sunday afternoon game and not heading to either another city or home. As this is a 4-game wraparound series for the Red Sox.
Yeah, another night here in Baltimore. Good chance that we got to grab a nice dinner and back here for a night game tomorrow night before heading back to Fenway Park to open up a nice homestand. But yeah, it does feel strange to spend the extra day, the Sunday, in the same city.
One set foul back into the seats, and it's 1-2. The Sox had this earlier in the season on the road as well in Minnesota, although they played Sunday Night Baseball. It's the ESPN game of the week, and then came back on Monday to finish up that series against the Twins. back into the seats. Pedroia has been fouling off a lot of Burres pitches. Five for 34 road trip so far for Dustin Pedroia. He sends one into center field for a base hit. Fouled off a bunch, and on the 1-2 pitch has a leadoff single.
While you're watching the Sox close out this 4-game set in Baltimore on Monday night, visit the new NESN.com playground. Hazel May will be there to chat with you live at 7 p.m. during the game. That's Monday live at 7 only at the all-new NESN.com.
We also want to remind fans that Thursday night, originally scheduled to be a 7:05 start time at Fenway Park, the game has been moved back to 6:05 at Fenway. As Euclid goes around. So 6:05 on Thursday night at Fenway Park.
As David Ortiz, you can see that brace that he has on his left wrist.
Inside, it's a ball and a strike to Euclid, who singled in the first inning. Red Sox had 6 hits in the game. Left a runner on in the first, left 2 on in the second. A strike and it's 1-2. Games missed by Terry Francona. The Red Sox are 5-5 in the 10 games that Terry has missed since becoming the manager of the Red Sox in 2004. Also, Brad Mills has been at the helm for all 10 of those games. And Terry Francona at Brookline High School today. His daughter's graduating. 2-2s on the ground and into left field off the glove of Freddie Bynum, who kind of pushed it out into left. Gives Pedroia a chance to get to third base, and he does. Euclid is 2 for 2 as we check in with Heidi Watney. Heidi.
Manny Ramirez's 500th home run ball was headed into the stands. Damon Wu said he dove for the ball. He, of course, came up with it and remarkably has decided to give it back to Manny, no strings attached, although he did get to keep it for one night. Damon and his brother Jason said that this was Manny's accomplishment and he deserved to have his ball. As a thank you to the Woos, they got some autographed baseballs and pictures from some Red Sox players, and Ramirez is putting together a couple of things to give to them. Ramirez also said he's going to auction the ball off to donate the money to a Boston charity. Don, how much do you think Manny's 500th home run ball will go for?
Well, that's a pretty good question. Wow. Well, I think it's great, first of all, that the fans gave it back. As this one into left field as Jay Payton will head over to grab it off the wall as Pedroia scores from third base. Euclid to second and Manny into second with an RBI double that puts the Red Sox on top 2-1.
We kind of touched on this in the open, Don, the fact that, Manny leading up to the 500 had kind of struggled a little bit, and now with the pressure off, they need Manny to return to a form of, early April when he was having so much success in hitting home runs and driving in runs, because with the absence of David Ortiz, you know how long that's going to be. Manny's going to have to pick it up some. Picks up the RBI here, RBI number 36 on the season. That will finally get him to the top 10 in runs batted in. I don't know. I guess if he goes at auction, the ball off and it goes to charity, I imagine he's going to get quite a bit of dough for it. And because people kind of get wrapped up, when the money's going to charity. So we'll see.
And of course, David Ortiz's jersey that they dug up at Yankee Stadium went for quite a bit of money. So you'd think the 500 home run ball for Manny Ramirez would go for a lot. Second and third, nobody out. As Mike Lowell gets his second look at Brian Burres, who doubled And scored in the second inning. His first at bat against Burres.
I guess the brothers at Gutfat Baseball last night are both from the Boston area, but working in different locations. One in New York, and I think one down here.
I think so. I think they're both from Nahat. For a strike in, it's 1-1. We see some nasty scenes too in a lot of ballparks. Of course, the Bonds chase and everything else. We see fans climbing over each other trying to get the ball. It seemed like it was under control out there for the most part, and there wasn't much of a fight out there. Breaking ball misses, and the count now 2-1.
We were driving home in the cab after the game last night, and our cab driver had the post-game show on, the Orioles post-game show, very loud, I might add. And somebody was on there just tearing Manny apart. It's funny how two sides look at things differently.
Cake is back. The sunglasses on to make the catch, plenty deep enough for Youkilis to tag and score. Manny tags and moves to third. It's 3-1 Boston.
And this analyst was mentioning the fact how Manny, hit the home run and took 3 steps before he went into his jog. And, I felt like saying, give him a break. I mean, we've seen a lot worse from Manny Ramirez at home plate. And after all, it was 500. Then he thought that Sofrante, who came in later, was trying to hit Manny with 3 pitches. And I'm going, who is this clown? But it's interesting how, different sides see things in a different way.
Yeah, the perspective is a little bit different.
Yeah. That was very loud, wasn't it?
It was very loud.
Very loud in the back of the cab.
The entire experience, I thought, was very loud. The other issue was we really weren't moving. We kind of sat in the cab for a good 15 minutes without moving.
And of course, for Manny Ramirez, this is, we've seen a lot worse than this at home plate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he starts running. And we've seen him stand there with his hands above his head for about a half a minute.
Well, the one against the Angels in the playoffs last year kind of sticks out. He had his hands in the air along with the rest of Fenway Park. One of the great shots. This one lined at third, picked in the backhand by Huff. Voracek retired, and there's 2 down here in the third.
Aubrey Huff, who mostly is the DH on this club, with the backhanded play today at third base, as Mora gets the day off. And Manny not far enough off the bag to double him up.
Based on what we saw from Melvin Moore the last couple of days, probably just as well to have a day off today. The 0 for 6 in game 1 of the series, made 2 errors. Drew with a sacrifice fly, his first time up to pick up his 23rd RBI of the season. He bats here with Manny Ramirez at third base. And 2 runs in here in the top of the third for the Red Sox. For a strike in the count, 2-1. Of course, Manny's home run last night. David Ortiz had homered earlier in the ball game, and Saturday was the 48th time that David Ortiz and Manny Ramirez have homered in the same game. Second time this season. It's tied for 14th most all time by teammates. With Jim Thome, and Manny was with Jim Thome in Cleveland. That combination.
You think about Manny's career. I mean, he's had some pretty good guys in front of him in the lineup. Those teams in Cleveland, when he had Alomar and Lofton, and of course Thome, and then in Boston, David Ortiz hitting in front of him.
On the ground, right side, and by the driver Roberts into right. J.D. Drew has knocked in his second run of the day. It's from third comes Ramirez to put the Red Sox on top 4-1.
Well, Burres has had trouble with left-hand hitters, and another good example here is J.D. Drew with 2 RBIs on the afternoon. The sacrifice fly. Now he goes down and hits that top spin ground ball by the dive of Brian Roberts. And Manny comes home to score, so the Red Sox, with a nice inning going here, have the four-run lead. 4-1 lead, I should say.
So 2 outs. Shady Drew at first base. Jeff Bailey, the batter, he struck out looking his first time up. The Ortiz-Ramirez combination, as far as homering in the same game, is second in Red Sox history to Dwight Evans and Jim Rice, who combined in 56 different games to each homer in a game. A swing and a miss. Bailey fooled. This has 2 strikeouts on the day. He's not walked anybody, but put up a lot of hits today. 9 hits in 2 2/3 innings. Everybody in the Red Sox order has at least one, with the exception of Bailey, who's at the plate right now. In the dirt, it's 1-2 now to Bailey. Bailey made his major league debut for the Red Sox from July 6th through the 8th of last year. It was a series against the Tigers in Detroit. He was 1 for 9 in those 3 games. And the one part, his first home run in the major leagues off Nate Robertson in his final at bat June 8th before returning to the Pawtucket Red Sox. Outside of the count, 2-2, a similar pitch to the one that Bailey struck out on. And Rob Drake called a strike to ring him up last time. Had been 0-2, now it's a full count. Well, the Red Sox arrived. Dave Tremblay's Orioles were at 26-26 at 500. They have dropped the first 2 games of this series and have dropped to now 7 games back of the Rays, who are on top of the American League East. Well, he turns on this and hits it a ton, but foul. Boston Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Hess. Always the place for extra big deals and extra big savings. Two down here in the top half of the 3rd inning. The Red Sox have scored 3 runs in the inning. 3-2. Rays ball 4. Bailey down to first base. First walk on the day given up by Burres.
Well, the Rays will be coming to Fenway Park next week for a 3-game series, so Red Sox fans will get to look at them firsthand, as they are there on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Rays are trailing today, down 2-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning in Tampa Bay to the White Sox. Early against Sonnenstein in that action today from Tampa Bay. Julio Lugo bats with 2 on, 2 down. And takes ball 1. We'll go with an infield hit in the 2nd inning. Well, Jeff Bailey able to work the walk. He's seen 17 pitches today, 9 in his first at bat, 8 in his second at bat. A strikeout and a walk. Action in the Orioles pen, Steve Traxel, who has been in the rotation this season for the Orioles. Kind of their 5th starter, but has been skipped quite a bit and now in the pen. Popped up. Millar shading his eyes from the sun, calling and catching the last out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Red Sox score 3 times, take a 4-1 lead to the bottom of the 3rd.
The best deal of the summer starts now. Take the summer off from car payments or high gas prices. Now your New England Ford dealers will give you $1,000 towards your car payments or gas on any new Focus, Fusion, Engine, Edge, Escape, or F-150. Plus, with an additional $2,500 cash, get up to $3,500 total savings on any new car, truck, SUV, or crossover. Take the summer off and get freedom from car payments or gas prices. Hurry to your New England Ford dealer.
Get the real deal from Steel and your local Steel dealer. Get the MM55 Steel Yard Boss. This steel is hard-working, lightweight, and easy to operate and accepts a variety of available attachments. The MM55 is just $339.95. Right now, purchase the Yard Boss and get a free wheel kit, a savings of $39.95. Steel, premium brand, affordable price, and available exclusively at your local servicing Steel dealer. Find one near you at steelusa.com.
Stay in the game with an hour of post-game coverage on NESN. It's your post-game all-access pass. WB Mason's Extra Innings and Granite City Electric's Extra Innings Extra. NESN, it's why we watch. Supersize your weekends with Red Sox Monster Monday. Tune in for an extra 30 minutes live every game day Monday, home or away, for the biggest stories, matchups, and previews. Red Sox Monster Monday, presented by BMW Peabody. You're watching NESN, home of the Boston Bruins and world champion Boston Red Sox.
It's fun, exciting, and only here for a short time. Introducing the lottery's limited edition World Series Red Sox ticket. You could win up to $10 million instantly. There are also 20 instant prizes, each worth $1 million. Plus, you could win great Red Sox World Series memorabilia. Get yours today at Fenway Park, your local lottery agent, masslottery.com.
And Roberts fouled a pitch off from Bartolo Colon. Had to wait a while. Red Sox scored 3 times in the top of this inning. Now grounds one to third where Lowell is at the lip of the grass. And he throws out Roberts for the first out of the inning. So one away for Nick Markakis. So a very good series against the Red Sox. Couple of doubles yesterday. A double in his first at bat today.
I'd like to send some get well wishes to Willie Cooper of the South End baseball team. He was struck by a line drive yesterday. Fortunately, he's okay, resting comfortably today. And watching the Red Sox, very fortunate was Willie Cooper. His coach is John Martin. John, of course, works with us.
Great photojournalist.
And manning a camera here somewhere this afternoon. I think high third. There's John. So he wanted to make sure we got well wishes off to Willie Cooper.
Swing and a miss. And the count is 1-2. Orioles got their run in the second inning. As Luke Scott doubled, he would score on a single by Adam Jones. Only run so far today for the Orioles. Full count now to Markakis. Strikes him out. There's a first strikeout today for Bartolo Colon. It's out number 2 of the third inning.
Electric zip on that one too for Colon. 96 miles an hour as he stays away from Nick Markakis. According to the Amica pitch zone, maybe he chased one that was a little bit outside, but with 2 strikes, you have to go after a pitch like that.
2 down here in the last half of the 3rd inning. Here's Kevin Millar, flied out to right field first time up.
That for Markakis was his 53rd strikeout. He's among the league leaders in strikeouts. Carlos Pena leads the American League with 70. That's a lot of punch outs this early, isn't it?
Wow. Today is June 1st.
Is it today's June 1st?
June 1st.
Wow. Time flies. Seems like just yesterday we were in Japan.
Well, it's an experience you'll never forget. To third, Mike Lowell. Bartolo has his first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. He played 3. It's 4-1 Boston.
Everyone likes to hunt for a bargain. So this Memorial Day, we've quietly placed specially marked Chevys on our lots. You might have to look hard to find them, but when you do, you'll get great deals on most 08s. Like $4,500 cash back on most Silverados. With the best available V8 fuel economy of any full-size pickup. Find the arrow, find the deal, but only for 10 days. See your local Chevy dealer today.
Hey, see that new woman in marketing?
Oh, yeah. Took her out Friday night.
Really? How was it?
She eats like a horse. Winnie.
Real nice.
It's just an expression. Yeah, I think that'd be fantastic. 4 places. So maybe if we just...
Playing the horses is easy. Visit an OTB near you.
When I told the Toyota people that I wanted to sell 300 cars in May to celebrate the opening of my brand new prime Toyota Discovery Center in Saco, they said, Ira, nobody in Maine has ever sold 300 Toyotas in 1 month. And I said, oh, really? Folks, let's prove them wrong. The fun starts with entertainment, food, and deals like you won't believe. When you see these prices, I guarantee you'll say, oh, really?
It's for a lifetime. It's forever. No gimmicks and no money down deals like this loaded 08 Ford F-150 Super Cab 4x4 for only $249 a month. Plus, you'll get a warranty forever at Row Westbrook, exit 48 off the main turnpike. It's for a lifetime. It's forever. Get the no gimmick deal right up front on a huge selection of models from Southern Maine's largest Hyundai dealer. Plus, you'll get a warranty forever at Row Westbrook, exit 48 off the main turnpike.
Top half of the 4th inning. As Jacoby Ellsbury leads it off for the Red Sox, who sent 8 men to bat in the 3rd, scored 3 times. The pitcher, Millar can do nothing with it as he's going to beat it out.
Well, that's what you hope to do when you drag money. Pull that first baseman off the bag, make him feel the ball, and that leaves first baseman wide open. It becomes a foot race between the batter and the pitcher, and Ellsbury's going to win that battle almost all the time.
So Ellsbury's 2nd hit today. Red Sox with 10 hits now. 3+ innings against Brian Burres. Here's Dustin Pedroia. Fly to right in the 1st inning, singled and scored in the 3rd inning.
I'd like to send happy birthday wishes off to Russ Ken. Russ Ken, our producer, who is back at home this weekend giving a commencement address today. So not only speaking today, but also celebrating a birthday.
Happy birthday, Russ.
Have you ever given a commencement address?
No, I never have.
I could never do that. No. What am I going to say?
You'd be shaping young minds, which you're doing a nightly basis for 3.5 hours.
Yeah, but I can't do it in front of a crowd like that. I have really nothing to say except good luck and do well.
Go get him.
Be a very brief address, I think.
Well, you can have short ones. I think they're expecting a little bit something more than that.
Do they take questions and answers at commencement addresses?
I don't think so, no.
I have nothing. I really have nothing.
You're going to work on that because I'm sure somebody's going to step up and ask you to do it.
I can't do it. I won't do it.
Not at all.
Can't do it. I have nothing to say. Have a good life.
You
Enjoy yourself.
Any questions? Pedroia is 1 for 2 today. Flied out to right field in the first inning. Singled and scored in the third inning. Drives this one out towards deep center field. Back goes Adam Jones. Makes the catch in front of the wall. And back to first goes Ellsbury. Pedroia giving it a ride, but he's out number 1 of the 4th inning.
Well, that's happened a couple of times in this series where long fly balls have headed out in this direction. Of course, here at Baltimore and Camden Yards, that's the deepest part of the ballpark. Adam Jones makes a nice play going back to the wall. I'm not sure he took a home run away from Dustin Pedroia, but it would have hit high off that wall.
One out Ellsbury at first base, and Kevin Youkilis, who is 2 for 2 today, is singled twice to left field.
I'm not mistaken, and the crew can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think 1 year after they opened this ballpark, they moved home plate back. And to try to make the dimensions a little bit bigger here in Baltimore. That didn't last. They put it back in a position where it originally started. But the first couple of years, home runs were flying out of this place, especially with the low fences, so they figured they'd move everything back, and they did. But then for some reason, they went back to the original dimensions.
We got 318 down the right field line, 333 down the left field line, and 410 to straightaway center field. They're listed at 364 out in left center, and 373 in right center.
Back in 2001, they moved home plate back 7 feet, and they moved everything slightly to the right side.
Too much time as Youkilis gets granted time, that time by Rob Drake. Drake wants Youkilis to get right back in the box. He granted him the timeout, but he didn't want him to linger.
And I think also telling him I might have been a little bit too late to be calling that timeout. I gave it to you that time, but I'm not going to give it to you next time.
Ellsbury has started and stopped a couple of different times at first base. That was 2-0 to Youkilis. Takes the strike and the count 2-1. The Orioles have now dropped 3 straight games. And they're in the midst of playing a lot of American League East foes. 8 of the next 11 games against the American League East. Left by Burres sends Ellsbury back to the bag. Broken back grounder left side. Huff to second base for 1 on the transfer. Roberts dropped it. So the outthrow of Ellsbury. And reaching at first to be Youkilis.
Take another look at this. I'm not sure he had control of the baseball. Broken back ground ball to Aubrey Huff. They're not going to get 2. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not sure Roberts ever had control of that baseball at second base. I guess he did. I guess he had it in the pocket, then he tried to make the transfer to the throwing hand, and that's when it popped out.
So 2 down, Euclid at first base. And Manny Ramirez with his 3rd at bat of the day. And then he hit one to the warning track in center field in the 1st inning that Adam Jones caught. He doubled and scored in the 3rd inning. To right field and deep as Nick Markakis is back, and there's 501. Home run number 501 for Manny Ramirez is a 2-run shot. And the Red Sox lead it 6-1.
Well, you think of the last 4 home runs that Manny has hit in this, first of all, reached to get to 500, now 501, all have been opposite field home runs. In the Metrodome in Seattle here last night, and once again here this afternoon. So now Manny starts his pursuit of 600.
11 home runs now this season for Manny Ramirez. And the Red Sox out to the 6-1 advantage. Roll sends one deep down the left field line towards the pole, and that ball is gone. 7th home run of the year for Mike Lowell. Red Sox go back-to-back and take a 7-1 lead.
Now Mike Lowell jumps on a breaking ball from Brian Burres, and he goes back-to-back with Ramirez. This is the 2nd outing in a row that Burres has got lit up. The Yankees did it last time to him. The Red Sox here this afternoon.
Lasting against the Yankees last time out 3 2/3. He's at 3 2/3 right now. Hess is a proud sponsor of the Red Sox and NESN's coverage of the Red Sox during the 2008 Red Sox season. Hess will donate $500 to the Red Sox Foundation and Pediatric Trauma Program at Children's Hospital Boston. For every home run hit by the Red Sox, Hess committed for helping a cause. Center field, and Adam Jones is there to end the inning with the damage done. Red Sox scored 3 times, go back-to-back home runs. It's 7-1.
Not too close. What do you think? I got that insurance?
What insurance is that, Yogi?
The one you really need to have. If you don't have it, that's why you need it.
Need what?
Aflac. Well, if you get hurt and miss work, it won't hurt to miss work. And they give you cash, which is just as good as money.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Welcome to Lowe's. How can I help you today?
Just a sec. Okay.
We need lots of flowers. Well, let's get started.
Welcome back spring at Lowe's with our huge selection of your area's plants and flowers, all with our 1-year plant guarantee. Lowe's, let's build something together.
Wherever I go, I always make sure I'm comfortable. Same goes for home equity loans. You want to stay comfortable with your decision. That's why Sovereign's FlexLock line of credit puts you in control, because it combines a low variable rate with the option to lock into a fixed rate, which means no matter where rates are headed, with FlexLock, you can sit back and relax.
Welcome.
Another amazing night at Fenway Park, historic at that.
Glasgow strikes out. John Lester's thrown a no-hitter at Fenway. He no-hits the Kansas City Royals.
After what this guy has been through, this is
is a special, special night at Fenway Park.
Tomorrow in HD, it's the Sox Orioles. Monster Monday coverage begins at 5:30 only on NESN.
Well, the Red Sox go back-to-back in the top half of the fourth inning. Manny Ramirez and Mike Lowell. It's 7-1 Boston. Out hitting the Orioles 12-3 as the Orioles come to bat here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Aubrey Huff, Luke Scott, and Jay Payton. Left field, Bailey was playing deep and takes it on a hop for a base hit for Huff. Fourth hit for the Orioles. Time now for the Aflac trivia question.
Aflac!
And our question: with 501 home runs now for Manny Ramirez, he is second to Sammy Sosa among Dominican-born sluggers. Who is third? The answer a little bit later is Huff. At first base now, Luke Scott, the batter, doubled his first time up.
I think it's Don Osil. Play a little ball in Dominican, didn't you?
No, I did not.
Did not?
3 years ago when I was going to make my comeback, but I guess you have to be there first to make a comeback. I was going to go to the Dominican for a little while. Never did get there, though. Foul tip to end the count 1-1.
Well, the offensive slump of the West Coast now a distant memory for the Red Sox as they are scoring some runs here in Baltimore, and in particular today.
In the first 6 games of the road trip, the Red Sox had tallied a total of 14 runs. They scored 11 in the first 2 games of this series, and today now have 7. In the first 8 games of the road trip, because of the lack of offense for the Red Sox, they ended up hitting 188 in the first 8 games. But even with that, the team batting average dropping down to 280, still the second highest in the majors, behind the Cubs at 286. This is ripped to right, and it's up off the scoreboard. No, it's gone. We're going to call it a home run. Alfonso Marquez. So it hit the top part just over the scoreboard. It's a 2-run shot for Luke Scott, his 7th home run of the year. And it is now 7-3.
Well, Luke Scott has done nothing but impress the Red Sox in the games we have had so far against Baltimore. Already 2 hits in the game today, the double, and now he hooks this one again. Just above the scoreboard in right field for the home run.
This one grounded back off the glove of Colon, changed direction. Lugo is still trying again, and he can't. Payton able to beat it out.
Colon deflects this just a little bit, slows it up, and you see Lugo has to change directions. And of course, Payton, who still runs pretty well, beats it out at first base. So 3 hitters and so far no outs here in the 4th inning for Baltimore.
Here's Adam Jones, who singled to right to drive in the Orioles' first run in the 2nd inning. Colon had a 1-2-3 third inning. And has been greeted here in the 4th inning by a single by Huff, the 2-run shot by Luke Scott, and the infield hit now for Jay Payton. Jones takes ball 2, and it's 2-0.
It's funny, you know, when they were talking about as we look at Traxel warming up again, looks like they'll be coming into the game. When Francona was talking about Colon after the first couple of starts, he said, you know, expect this guy at some point after a few starts to maybe go through a dead-on period. And, you know, I don't know if we're seeing that here today, but the fact is, you know, sometimes they get very strong quickly and then things slow down a bit.
There's a pop-up right side of the infield. Pedroia calling. And he makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Colon is still basically building up his pitch count. I mean, last time he got deep into the game against Seattle because they were swinging a lot of first pitches, so he only had to make 84 pitches in that ball game. And I would think that today, after making the 84, they would probably expect him somewhere between 90 and 100. I wouldn't say much more than 100 pitches in this game today if he got to that point.
84 in that outing, 74 in the first outing against Kansas City. Jay Payton at first base, held on by Euclid with one out. Guillermo Queiroz now the batter. Colon has won both of his starts in a Red Sox uniform, and the first one against Kansas City was his first major league win since June 14th of last year at Cincinnati. But wins against Kansas City and Seattle. Grounded softly down the third baseline. It may kick foul, and does. We're at Camden Yards in Baltimore. Don Orsillo, Jerry Remy, and Heidi Watney bring you Boston Red Sox baseball in high definition on NESN. Red Sox getting a run in the second. They would score 3 times in the third. And 3 times in the fourth inning. Went back-to-back in home runs. Manny Ramirez a 2-run shot, his 501st home run. And Mike Lowell followed it up with a solo shot. The Orioles have answered with a couple of runs. They got a run in the second and 2 so far here in the bottom of the fourth inning. It's 7-3. And Queiroz hits one high in the air out towards left center field. Ellsbury makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Tonight at 10 and 11 at Sports Desk Lights Out with Catherine Tappan, presented by FW Webb, home of Frank Webb's Bass Centers. Mike Adams and Steve Buckley will look back on Manny's 500th home run and preview the upcoming NBA Finals between the Lakers and the Celtics. It's all on Lights Out tonight at 10 and 11 on NESN. That means you turn your lights out twice tonight, see? Because after the 10 o'clock show, you turn your lights out, but then you turn them out again, and then you turn them off again after the 11. So they're doubling up on Lights Out.
2 down, Jay Payton at first base, and Freddie Bynum's the batter. Colon falling behind 2-0. Outside, 3-0. Colon has twice won 20 and more games in a season. He was 20-4 between stops in Cleveland and Montreal in 2002. He was 21-8 with Anaheim in 2005. There's a strike in the count, 3-1. And lifetime against the Orioles coming into today, 2-2 with a 1.88 earned run average. Ball sent foul off to the left, backing out of play, and it's a full count now. Last year was really kind of a lost year injury-wise for Colon. He was 6-8, but pitched hurt quite a bit. 6.34 ERA, 19 games. 3-2 to Freddie Bynum. 2 outs and Jay Payton at first base. Hopped up, foul ground. Lowell gives it a look, but that should get back into the seats and will. As Veritek gave chase as well. Malone had to wait a while for this inning to start, and he has used the most pitches in any inning so far today. In the air to short left as Lugo makes the catch. It ends things in the 4th inning. A 2-run home run for Luke Scott in the inning. It's 7-3 Boston.
Can't we stay another day?
Sure. Florida. Easy to get to, hard to leave. With new nonstops from Manchester to Fort Lauderdale, Southwest Airlines is taking low fares farther. Fly for just $99 one way.
You are now free to move about the country. We have a code blue. Code what? Code blue? Code blue.
Divide by the total sales, you'll see how we came up with the 10%.
Code blue? Code blue.
The cold activated bottle from Coors Light. The mountains on the label turn blue when your beer is as cold as the Rockies.
Oh, what?
Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
What makes you think you stole this betting?
Just look at these prices. A twin-size Bobopedic Light for just $333. That's $566 less than the Tempur-Pedic. The full-size Bobopedic Light is $800 less. The queen-size Bobopedic Light is $900 less. And the king-size Bobopedic Light is just $899. That's $1,000 less than Tempur-Pedic. It must be stealing. Don't you agree? Sir? Sir?
Jeep is giving you protection from high gas prices. Announcing the Jeep $299 gas guarantee.
Right now, when you buy or lease most Jeep vehicles, you'll pay just $2.99 a gallon for gas or diesel in each of the next 3 years for up to the first 12,000 miles per year. It's our $2.99 gas guarantee.
Jeep is coming through for you with relief at the pump, just when you need it most. Hurry to your Jeep dealer today for the $2.99 gas guarantee. Let's refuel America.
Back at Camden Yards in Baltimore, 7-3. Red Sox on top.
I don't think we're allowed to enter the contest, are we, Don?
I don't think so.
Those who work in Nessa are not allowed to enter for many reasons, but
Steve Traxel into the game now for the Orioles.
yes, he has been a bit of a failure as a starter this season. 8 starts on the year, 2-5 with an 8.82 ERA, 33 2/3, 45 hits allowed, 22 walks and 16 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .319.
This call to the bullpen brought to you by New England Ford dealers. J.D. Drew leading it off here in the 5th inning and taking strike 1 from Traxel. 4 innings, 12 hits, 7 runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts for Brian Burres today. So another tough outing for him. He had pitched against the Yankees last time out, gave up 8 runs in 3 2/3, and today gives up 7 runs in 4 innings. So back-to-back tough outings against back-to-back tough teams. On the ground to second base. Roberts picks it up and throws out J.D. Drew for the first out. Check out the answer to our Affleck question from earlier. With 501 home runs, Manny Ramirez is second to Sammy Sosa among Dominican-born sluggers. He's got 609. Who is third? And the answer is Vladimir Guerrero has 372. Behind Manny, the active players with the most home runs who have the best chance of getting to 500. Gary Sheffield is at 483. Is he on the DL right now? I think he might be.
I think they just did put him on the DL, yeah.
Carlos Delgado from Puerto Rico, 439 home runs. Chipper Jones, who's having an outstanding season, has 398. And Giambi, 375. They're the active players for the most home runs. Chipper Jones hitting at 413 so far this season.
Well, if that average remains the same when we get into August, there'll be quite a bit of media attention around Chipper Jones. Anytime you get that deep in the season and anybody close to that 400 mark gets a lot of attention, and has not been done since Ted Williams.
Todd Helton kind of flirted with it for a while there at one point.
John Olerud 1 year with Toronto. George Brett, they remind me for the truck. Another one.
Gary Sheffield is on the DL. The strained oblique muscle. Full count to Jeff Bailey. Ball four. Traxel walks Bailey with one out here in the fifth inning. Second time Bailey has walked. This is the first relief appearance, incidentally, for Steve Traxel since September of 1995.
And because of that, he needed a little extra time warming up in that bullpen. A guy that's accustomed to starting and having that extra time, and generally as a reliever you rush it a little bit, but Russ, he was up throwing a couple of innings ago.
Here's Lugo with one out, Bailey at first base. Traxel won 16 games for the Mets back in 2003, was 16-10. Was 6-8 for Baltimore last year, 4.48 earned run average. On the ground and under the glove. But Freddie Bynum couldn't grab it. And it's a base hit for Julio Lugo, who's got 2 hits on the day.
Right after the game, it's WB Mason's Extra Innings with John Caron, Dave McCarty, and Lou Maloney, and Heidi Watney. Heidi will bring you Brad Mills' thoughts after today's game. Plus, Dave and Lou will break down Bartolo Colon's third start with the Red Sox. It's all right after the game in high definition, and it's on NESN.
First and second, one out here in the fifth inning. And Jacoby Ellsbury, the batter, he has 2 hits today, a single to center and a bunt single his last time up. Wrapped around a strikeout, which came in the second inning. I never saw it until the last possible second down there in the first base coach's box beyond. As that one got on him in a hurry. He was watching the runners. He's awake now. Striking the count 1-2. Traxel originally an 8th round pick by the Cubs. Broke into the big leagues with the Cubs and was there from 1993 through 1999. Stops in Toronto. 5 seasons with the New York Mets. Last year his first year in Baltimore. One out, Jeff Bailey at second base, Julio Lugo at first base, and Jacoby Ellsbury with a count of 1-2. Inside, 2-2. Traxel, 37 years of age.
Colonel Sanders at the ball game here this afternoon. Are we playing celebrity look-alike already?
I think so. I don't know. I guess we should. I guess he's talking. The hats is what he's getting after. He's giving you lots of different hats. This one towards second base. Roberts will flip to second for one on to first base. Not in time. As Ellsbury able to beat it out. They do get Lugo at second base, and on to third goes Bailey.
I mentioned the only way you're going to double up Ellsbury is if you get a ground ball. The second baseman and shortstop's heading to the bag, but it's going to have to be hit harder than this to turn over the double play. Had to wait for that big bounce, and that's all Ellsbury needs to beat it out.
So first and third, 2 down here in the top half of the 5th, and here's Dustin Pedroia.
Wouldn't be surprised at all. We'll see Ellsbury try to take off at first base if he gets that opportunity.
Pedroia's flied out to right, singled and scored last time up. Over to the warning track. In left center field, Adam Jones made the catch right in front of the wall. As Pedroia was making a bid for home run number 5 of the year, he hit home run number 4 of the year here last night. And this time dealing with Steve Traxel. One thing we remember about Steve Traxel when he was starting games was one of the most deliberate workers in all the majors.
Yeah, especially with men on base.
Early at third base, cross the diamond, Jacoby Ellsbury, 2 down in the inning. There goes Ellsbury as Pedroia takes the strike, no throw. He steals second base.
No point in throwing through. You're not going to throw him out at second base. Middle infielders didn't even move. There was no attempt at all to throw out Ellsbury, so he easily picks up another steal. 27 now in the season. What is that, 7 in this series?
7 in the series, 8 in the last 4 games, I think. Yeah, he had 3 on Friday, 3 last night. And his first steal today was caught stealing back in the first inning today. Pedroia pops it up into right field as out goes Brian Roberts. In comes Markakis, and Markakis makes the catch that ends the inning. Red Sox strand a pair. We played 4.5. It's 7-3 Boston.
Hurry
in now for Toyota's banner sales event with great deals on a huge selection of Toyotas, like the extremely fuel-efficient 2009 Camry Luxury Edition. Right now, you could lease one for just $199 a month for 36 months. That's the best monthly payment ever. And this Camry standard equipment will more than impress. Or you could save on Camry with 3.9% financing for 60 months. The banner sales event ends June 2nd, so hurry to your New England Toyota dealer today.
We wish you were at our deal day. We wish you were at our deal day. We wish you were at our deal day. And an awesome new phone.
It's Red Hot Deal Days at Verizon Wireless. Celebrate any way you know how. Get to Verizon Wireless and get up to 50% off phones made for messaging, like the BlackBerry Curve, the LG NV2, or the Samsung Glide. And now this Moto Q9M is just $79.99. And they all come with America's most reliable wireless network, Verizon Wireless.
Prepare yourself for an event so big, we couldn't fit it inside. Nissan's tent event. Get the best deals now on stylish sedans, powerful trucks, and durable SUVs. Like $239 a month for the stylish Nissan Maxima and $229 a month for the versatile Nissan Rogue. Your new Nissan will last and last, but event savings won't. Tents come down June 2nd.
Red Sox fans, remember, if you need medical care while at Fenway, visit the Beth Israel Deaconess First Aid Stand behind Section 12. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox and Red Sox Foundation.
7-3, the Red Sox on top as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. And then we check out the pitching line, which is brought to you by Nissan for Bartolo Colon. There's his 60th pitch of the game to Brian Roberts and misses for ball 1. This one slice foul off to left, and it's 1-1. Brian Roberts 0 for 2. He's flied out to left and grounded out to third base. Giving up a run in the second, 2 in the 4th inning on the 2-run home run by Luke Scott. He's hitting a combined 149 runners in scoring position so far in the series. 3 for 21 coming into today's action. It will struggle for them to get any kind of timely hitting. Orioles are 16-10 at home. They're 10-18 away from Camden Yards. Roberts strikes out. Second K for Colon. 1 down in the 5th.
Now both strikeouts have been similar for Colon, going away from those left-handed hitters. He got Markakis on a fastball away, and now up and away to Roberts for his second strikeout of the ball game.
One out for Nick Markakis. And a double out to right center field in the 1st inning. Struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. And it takes strike 1. The longest outing for Colon so far was the 7-inning effort. Last time we mentioned, and a lot of first pitch swinging for the Mariners. Are very aggressive against Colon. We got 7 innings in 84 pitches. First outing was 5 innings and 74 pitches. Started this inning having thrown 59 through the first 4. They wanted it up and they get it up, but Markakis doesn't swing at it. It's 1-2.
Trying to go the same direction they got him last time. Fastball away. Just missed the outside corner.
From 1998 to 2005, Bartolo Colon won 135 games, second in the majors from 98 through 2005, only behind Randy Johnson, 139 in that same time span. Millar waiting on deck, one out here in the bottom of the fifth. Will do it again with a count of 3-2. Ball 4, and he walks Markakis. So one-out walk for Markakis is the first walk given up by Colon.
Supersize your weekend with Red Sox Monster Monday, presented by BMW of Peabody. Tom Caron and the crew have 30 more minutes of the biggest stories and the biggest names. Monday at 5:30 before the Sox take on the Orioles in Baltimore. Your bigger weekends are only on NESN.
Willis McGahee here, running back for the Ravens, who threw out the first pitch today, enjoying the ball game.
From the U, Miami.
Millar grounds one left side. Lugo to the backhand's got a very long throw, and he gets it there in time. Millar not running all that well. This has been talked about a lot here in Baltimore over the last couple of days. Bothered by a hamstring problem, he is thrown out at first base for the second out of the inning.
You know, it seems like when Lugo makes these backhanded plays and doesn't have time to think about the throw, that's when he makes the good, accurate throw. And that time getting Millar at first base, it seems like when Lugo has the most problem throwing are the ones he has to think about, because they're almost routine ground balls.
Two down, Nick Markakis at second base, and Aubrey Huff the batter. Huff popped out to shortstop in the first inning, single to left in the fourth, came around to score. Huff's now 31. Of course, spent the bulk of his career with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, as they were known then, as came into the league back in 2000 in Tampa Bay. Had a total of 34 home runs for the Rays back in 2003, which was his best season. Ended up hitting .311 that year. 34 home runs, 107 runs batted in.
Played all over the place too down there for the Rays. Third base, first base, some outfield, DH.
Swing and a miss. He strikes out, fires the bat down. Third strikeout for Colon. The Orioles lead Markakis in second. It's 7-3 Boston.
Here's an all-around great deal from Firestone. Buy 4 of these, get $50 toward any of these. Just buy a set of select Firestone tires and get a gift card from the Home Depot worth $50 for a limited time, only at your Firestone retailer.
introducing an entirely new, altogether inspired resort destination. The new 825-room MGM Grand at Foxwoods. Go Grand.
7-3, Red Sox on top as we get ready for the top of the 6th. It's time now for the Coors Light freeze cam, and we'll freeze home run number 501 for Manny Ramirez coming today.
Head right on the baseball.
Coors Light freeze cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Manny will be batting in this inning as he waits on deck. Kevin Youkilis leading it off for Boston here in the 6th inning. More Steve Traxel as he got through the 5th inning in relief of Brian Burres. Youkilis 2 for 3 today. Couple of hits, both singles to left. And grounds one just outside the bag at third, foul. Red Sox have one game left against these Orioles. It'll be Tim Wakefield here tomorrow night, matched up against Jeremy Guthrie, right-handed pitcher. Wakefield 3 and 4, Guthrie 2 and 5. On the ground to third base, Aubrey Huff gathers and throws out Youkilis for the first out of the inning. Send it back to Boston and Tom Caron. TC.
Thank you, Don. On New England Toyota dealer game break, Darryl Rasner on the mound for the Yankees. Michael Kadire at the plate for the Minnesota Twins, and he'll drive in 2 with the base hit. Mike Redmond, Alexei Garcia both scoring a 3-0 lead for the Twins over the Yankees. They're in the top of the 5th at the Homeodome, guys.
All right, Tom, thanks very much. It is 7-3 here. Red Sox on top. A lot of their production coming early. A run in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th. Orioles back with 2 runs, but still 7-3. Red Sox have banged out 13 hits today. And with 1 out, here's Manny Ramirez, who has 2 of those hits, hitting his 501st home run. There's a 2-run shot in the 4th inning off today's Orioles starter, Brian Burres. Breakdown for Manny with the Cleveland Indians. 236 of those 501 coming with the Indians. And now 265 with the Red Sox. Includes today as this one is fouled back to the screen. It's 1 and 2. His first season in Cleveland, 1993. Finished up the year with the Indians playing in 22 games. Grounds it to Bynum at shortstop, and there's 2 down here in the 6th inning. So Manny retired, 2 away in the 6th, and Mike Lowell coming up. Mike has a double, a sacrifice fly, and a home run. As a starter so far this year, Traxel is 2 and 5 and 8 starts with an 8.82 earned run average. And 33 2/3, giving up 35 runs. And been skipped in the rotation a couple of different times.
Yeah, those kind of numbers will make it easier for the manager to skip you when he possibly can.
Orioles had a couple of off days and really didn't need a 5th starter for a little while, so comes out of the pen today. On the ground softly to Bynum at short. And it's a 1-2-3 6th inning for Steve Traxel. Played 5.5 from Baltimore. It's 7-3 Red Sox.
When you have two good teams, who wins comes down to who wants it more. Same goes for banking. That's why nobody will take better care of you or do more to earn your business than the people at Sovereign. It's that simple. Because at Sovereign, we want you to be the winner.
Open a FlexLock home equity line now while rates are at historic lows. Another way that Sovereign does more to earn your business.
Once again, the competition is comparing themselves to the Accord. Nice to see them aiming so high. The all-new Accord from Honda.
Tuesday, with a forecast on the rise, the Sox come out to catch some rays. Tampa Bay's off to their greatest start in franchise history, and their bullpen shining through. But the Sox are eager to get back on top of the AL East. Will they outshine the Rays and take control of the pack? Tuesday in HD, it's the Sox Rays. Pre-game coverage begins at 6, only on NESN.
Stay tuned after the game for Granite City Electric Extra Innings Extra with Tom Caron, Dave McCarney, Lou Maloney, and Heidi Watney. David Lou will answer your text message questions, so text a question to 83733. It's all after the game in high definition, and it's only on NESN.
Bartolo Colon has thrown 75 pitches through the first 5 innings. Back out there for the 6th. 7-3, Red Sox on top. And it's Luke Scott, Jay Payton, and Adam Jones to bat here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Luke Scott has had a good day against Bartolo Colon. A double in the 2nd inning, scored a run, and then a 2-run shot in the 4th. Scott coming over from the Houston Astros. Part of the deal for Miguel Tejada. He's 29 years of age.
Red Sox have played him a little differently in this series. They've always had Pedroia out in the grass deep in the outfield, but now they have Lugo, of course, all on this side of the infield. It's an adjustment they made the first time we were here in Baltimore. They got to take a look at Luke Scott's swing and say, wait a minute, this guy's a dead pull hitter. We're going to put the shift on him.
Scott had 18 home runs in 2007 for the Houston Astros. It was his first full year in the majors. Played 132 games for the Astros. Out of Oklahoma State University. Ball 2-2 now to Scott. Strike 3 call. Scott knew it. He takes with him the 4th strikeout today for Bartolo Colon.
All 4 strikeouts on the afternoon for Bartolo Colon coming on the fastball. Nick Markakis was the first victim when the fastball away. And then he did the same thing to Brian Roberts. He goes up and away. Aubrey Huff away. This time the 2-seam fastball that comes back inside right over the plate.
1 out for Jay Payton. Payton had a sacrifice bunt in the 2nd inning, reached on an infield hit in the 4th inning. slap foul off to the right. Outside for ball, 1-2 to Jay Payton. Payton signing a 2-year deal here with the Orioles last year and this season after his time in Oakland. After leaving the Red Sox. In tight in the count, 2-2. Count to Payton. He's one of the guys out of Georgia Tech, along with Nomar Garciaparra, of course, Jason Varitek. This one grounded down the third baseline, but a foul ball. Still got to Lowell pretty quickly, even though Payton fouled it off himself.
Kind of a strange exit for Jay Payton in a Red Sox uniform. We were in Texas, and there was no doubt that Payton wanted to be moved, and we were actually leaving town. All of a sudden, you see Jay Payton sit out near the buses with his equipment. So we figured something had happened, and the Red Sox finally did move him.
The middle, diving is Pedroia from one knee. The throw is in time again. Nifty play turned in by Dustin Pedroia.
Well, as I've said many times, if he can get to it, you're out. And that time, Dustin Pedroia making a terrific diving play going up the middle. That had base hit written all over it. It's a nominee for this week's DIN Trophy Play of the Week. And gets a very speedy Jay Payton down the line. I mean, what a play. Even came out of his glove, but right to the throwing hand and from his knee gets the out at first base. Tune into the pregame show Friday. See which play will win this week's DIN Trophy Award-winning Play of the Week.
So 2 down now for Adam Jones, who is 1 for 2. Jones had an RBI single back in the second inning and then popped out in the fourth inning. Payton still lamenting over what he thought was going to be an infield hit. Sliced foul.
We don't get to see, second baseman around the league on a regular basis, except when we play him. But it's hard for me to believe that anybody's played a better defensive second base than Dustin Pedroia this year.
Polanco's pretty good, but we saw him make a couple errors earlier on in the season.
Polanco's real good.
Of course, Grudzalonic. 1-2 is hooked into left field. Ringing single for Adam Jones, his second hit of the day.
One more look at that great play by Dustin Pedroia. First of all, knocking it down. Now you see him shading him up the middle a little bit. And then the ball goes right into his throwing hand, which helps him throw from one knee. And actually, he made an adjustment on that. It looked like because of the pitch that was called, which was a fastball, he was actually shading a little bit, took a step to his left, and then had the back of the right on contact to make that play.
We'll go through this with me again because I forget every time. Mouth closed is what?
It depends who's calling it.
Okay.
Let's say if Pedroia's calling it and his mouth closed, that's me. Me.
Yeah.
Mouth open, you got it.
Okay.
Want to try it? You got to look at me.
This is not a very long trip. I was looking at the pitch.
Huh?
All right, go ahead.
Never mind the game. You got to. We got to get a signal from the catcher. Two outs, fastball.
So you got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it?
I got it. I can do this.
It's not that tough.
No,
if I give you this one,
then I got it.
You got it.
See?
Not complicated stuff.
I can handle this. I'd forget, though, on the way to the pitch. Looking around. 2-1 the count.
I'll tell you a true story. Gene Mark, when he was managing, used to make his first base coaches watch the second baseman to give the signs, because if you gave, the mouth open sign, they could see the veins in your neck. And this is how deep he was into the ball game. So they figured out who was covering second base. By the time you realize he's a hitter in time, he got something. But boy, I'll tell you, that's digging deep.
Strike 3 call. Colon able to strike out Quiros. It's the 5th strikeout for Colon, and it's a 7-3 Red Sox lead at the end of 6.
Need a commercial truck? Pape Chevrolet is the place. Pape is Maine's commercial truck headquarters. No need to look any further. We've got the largest selection of commercial trucks, over 200 in stock right now. At Pape Chevrolet's Commercial Truck Center, we have every option to suit your need. 200 commercial trucks in stock now. In stock now. Hurry to Pape Chevrolet. We have the commercial truck you need for you and your business. And remember, at Pape, we've got it. We've got it.
Coastal Motor Group has the Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs that you've been looking for. Check out the fuel economy in this 08 Ford Fusion, under $175 a month, right now at Coastal Motor Group. Stuck in a high payment and want a new truck? Bring your trade in to Coastal Motor Group and get 0% for 60 months on new F-150s. Save thousands. Come see us today. Coastal Motor Group, Yankee Ford, Brunswick Ford, Rockland Ford, Lincoln Mercury.
Expo TV is the destination for consumers who want product information. And now, we're the best place to find information on all kinds of local businesses and services. Just go to Expo TV On Demand and select Access Maine. Expo TV. It's fun, it's free, and it's only on Time Warner Digital Cable.
Talking with teens about alcohol use isn't enough. Find out more, do more to prevent underage alcohol use by your teen.
Please aim your remote at the Roadrunner. Oh, too slow. Try again. Almost got him that time. Clearly, Roadrunner High Speed Online has taken this game to a higher level. And speeds like this let you move from movies to music to games and more with blazing fast speeds that zoom past DSL every time.
Time Warner Cable has internet plans starting as low as $29.95 a month. Call today to choose the plan that works for you.
Time Warner Cable, the power of you.
Covidien is a proud sponsor of the Boston Red Sox and the Red Sox Foundation, helping to raise money for life-saving cancer research.
Jason Varitek leads it off here in the top half of the 7th inning. It's 7-3, Red Sox on top. Steve Traxel out there for another inning of relief. Normal starter for the Orioles coming out of the pen after the starter today. Brian Burres only went 4 innings. So Traxel could go a while here as he pitched the 5th and the 6th at a 1-2-3 6th inning. And Euclid, Ramirez, and Lowell to ground out each. Varitek 1 for 3 today as he takes a strike, and it's 2-1. Everybody in the Red Sox order has at least one hit with the exception of Jeff Bailey, but Bailey has walked twice today, so he's been aboard on 2 occasions. A one hopper at Bynum knocks it down. See if he can recover. The throw is going to be in time. And Luis Alcea disagrees and heads right over to Alfonso Marquez. He thought Varitek had beaten it out.
I'll take one more look on replay. It was a very close play at first base. Says Bynum knocking it down. Not
going very far from him. He comes up with the throw. Well, I think Millar might have pulled his foot off the bat. I'm not sure Kevin Millar had contact with the first base bag.
Here's J.D. Drew with one out. High drive, deep right field for J.D. Drew. High, very deep, and very far. Wow. A blast for Drew, his 5th home run of the year. And J.D. puts the Red Sox on top 8-3.
Well, J.D.'s been dizzy the last couple of days, not dizzy this afternoon. 3 runs batted in. Sacrifice fly, a base hit in the 3rd to drive in a run, and now a long home run. It's that fastball, cut fastball from Traxel middle in, and just loses it. A high, long home run.
Jeff Bailey, he struck out looking in the 2nd inning. He walked in the 3rd, walked in the 5th. Traxel keeps looking back at that landing area as he falls behind 3-0. We're going to work on it a little bit. We got Veritek to ground out to begin the inning. J.D. Drew with a home run. It's 8-3. Red Sox on top. As Bailey takes ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk. It's the 3rd walk of the day for Jeff Bailey. 2nd allowed by Steve Traxel.
For a Red Sox game that goes into extra innings, the Sox record a save. CVS Pharmacy will donate $500 to Children's Hospital Boston. CVS Pharmacy is the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox.
Now pinch runner here as Bailey comes out. And Coco Crisp comes in. So on base 3 times today, all walks for Jeff Bailey after he struck out back in the 2nd inning. Julio Lugo takes strike 1.
That means Coco will probably slide into center field. Ellsbury moving over to left field. And the Red Sox return to the field for the bottom of the 7th.
In the dirt, and the count now 1-1 to Lugo. There's 6 different Red Sox with 2 hits, and Lugo is one of them. As Boston has banged out 14 hits today. Strike, and the count 1-2. Home runs today for Manny Ramirez, Mike Lowell, and more recently J.D. Drew with 1 out in this inning. in the dirt, and the count evens up at 2-2. Crisp with 7 steals on the season. He's been caught 1 time. As Jacoby Ellsbury waits on deck with 1 away here in the 7th.
So they had Coco with a jab step towards second base. But still plenty of time to regroup and dive and get back to the bag safe.
Full count now to Lugo. Jackson just walked Jeff Bailey. And now full count to Lugo. 50th pitch for Traxel in his 3rd inning of relief today. Lugo is crisp and ground ball to third base. Look to second, but fires to first for the out there, and there's 2 down. Crisp into scoring position to second base.
Kid Nation Captains will help develop a new Helping Kids charitable program presented by Hood. Hood and the Red Sox narrowed the candidate pool down to 25. And now it's your turn. Vote for your favorite Kid Nation Captains finalists by visiting redsox.com/captains. And I believe that captains will be announced on June 22nd. Along with the governors from all New England states.
So 2 down, Crisp in scoring position at second. Here's Jacoby Ellsbury. He has singled twice in the game, struck out, reached on a fielder's choice. Has a stolen base today. Lines it into center field, a base hit. Coco Crisp being waved around by DeMilo Hill. The throw is cut off, and the run is in. The Red Sox lead it 9-3. 3rd hit of the day for Ellsbury, who picks up his 20th RBI of the season.
This has been some series that Jacoby Ellsbury has had here against the Baltimore Orioles, doing everything. Split fingered fastball here that he rifles into center field for a base hit. His first RBI in the day, his 20th of the season. And he's just doing everything. Driving in runs, bunting for base hits, stealing bases.
Dustin Pedroia, who singled in the 3rd inning, 1 for 4. Round to score. Pops it up in the infield as the shortstop Bynum behind second makes the catch and ends the inning. But the Red Sox come up with 2 more in 7th inning stretch time, and it's a 9-3 Boston lead.
Hi, welcome to Progressive.com. How can I help you?
Well, now that we have more companies offering insurance in Massachusetts, I want to shop around for a lower rate.
Overwhelmed, right?
Yeah. So how can I know I'm getting a good deal?
We can compare your Progressive Direct rate with other top companies.
Wow. Seriously?
Look at the deal we just got him.
That's a new pair of shoes.
Yeah, or a big tricked out name tag.
Helping Massachusetts get a good deal. Now that's Progressive. Go to Progressive.com today.
I am so ready for this. David, I'm ready. Do you want me to prove to you that I'm ready? Because I'll prove it. I'll prove that I'm ready. I'm always ready. This is what I do.
Supersize your weekends with Red Sox Monster Monday. Tune in for an extra 30 minutes live every game day Monday, home or away, for the biggest stories, matchups, and previews. Red Sox Monster Monday, presented by BMW of Peabody.
Another amazing night at Fenway Park, historic at that.
Glasgow strikes out. John Lester's thrown a no-hitter at Fenway. He no-hits the Kansas City Royals.
After what this guy has been through, this is a special
special night at Fenway Park.
Tomorrow in HD, it's the Sox Orioles. Monster Monday coverage begins at 5:30, only on NESN.
Back in Camden Yards, this game summary is brought to you by your local Lincoln Mercury dealers. Well, a 3-home run day for the Red Sox so far on the afternoon. Manny Ramirez hits home run number 501. The 2-run shot, then Mike Lowell will follow it up with a solo home run. And a blast here in the 7th inning for J.D. Drew. Red Sox would add another run in the 7th and have taken a 9-3 lead as we get ready for the bottom of the 7th inning from Camden Yards in Baltimore. I want to remind Red Sox fans that Thursday's game time has changed at Fenway Park, originally scheduled for 7:05. It'll be played at 6:05. Of course, the Celtics and Lakers will begin the finals that night from the Garden, so an earlier start time.
Well, that's a tough one. What is that, Don? Miss Guamaget, Rhode Island.
That's pretty good. I think you got it.
86-year-old mom. Hello, Mom. From all of us here in beautiful Baltimore. What are you going to do tonight? You going to have a little dinner?
I think so.
You're going out?
I think so. Award-winning director Mike Garachi and I are.
Now you're going to dine together.
I think we're going to have dinner. I'm feeling kind of like oysters.
Are you?
We're going to have some oysters. Here's the defensive changes. As you saw, Crisp in left field. Ellsbury now in center. Actually, that's backwards. Ellsbury is now in left. Crisp is in center. And the new Red Sox
pitcher is still Bartolo Colon.
The relievers that are up are Hansen and Lopez. Our award-winning director just threw me off.
The guy that you're going to have dinner with.
Right. Bynum has grounded out and popped out. He's 0 for 2.
I think I'm just going to sit in the room and stare out the window. And then I'll go to the computer and check out Barstool Sports, see who the smoke show of the day is.
Bynum gets hit with the pitch. Begin things here in the 7th inning.
Well, Colon's still trying to find his slider, and this time he finds the right quad of Freddie Bynum. I still think, watching this appearance today, that pitch, it's not there for him yet, or the changeup. Still a work in progress for Colon. His fastball certainly has been very good.
There's Brian Roberts with Bynum at first base here in the last half of the 7th inning. Colon had 96 pitches headed into this inning. I'm surprised to see him back out there again. I figured 96 pitches around that area would be where he'd be about today. Back out there for the 7th, at least to begin it. Saw the action in the Red Sox pen.
I think also the case that even though the Red Sox have a pretty good sized lead right now, the fact that they are without a couple of members of their bullpen today, so if they can get one more out of Colon, it makes it a little bit easier to finish off this ball game. Plus, if he, they're not going to let him get to a real high pitch count this inning if he has some struggles.
Ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk to Roberts, so a hit batter and a walk to begin things here in the 7th. So Brad Mill's going to go get him. Colon just getting up over the 100-pitch mark. 103 today. And Brad Mill's out to get him. He's had Hansen and Lopez in the pen. It's going to be Javier Lopez will make his way in. 9-3, Red Sox on top.
CVS summer sale, 20 to 60% off selected items.
Supersize your weekends with Red Sox Monster Monday. Tune in for an extra 30 minutes live every game day Monday, home or away, for the biggest stories, matchups, and previews. Red Sox Monster Monday, presented by BMW Peabody.
Another amazing night at Fenway Park, historic at that.
Glasgow strikes out. John Lechter's thrown a no-hitter at Fenway. He no-hits the Kansas City Royals.
After what this guy has been through, this is a special, special night at Fenway Park.
Tomorrow in HD, it's the Sox Orioles. Monster Monday coverage begins at 5:30, only on NESN.
Right after the game, it's WB Mason Extra Innings with Tom Caron, Dave McCarty, Lou Maloney, and Heidi Watney. Dave and Lou will break down all the key plays from today's game, and they'll have all the highlights of other AL matchups. It's all right after the game in high definition, and it's on NESN.
Bartolo Colon headed towards the clubhouse. Leaves with a 9-3 advantage. A chance today for his third Red Sox win without a loss. As the Red Sox giving him plenty of run support today, and the new pitcher is Javier Lopez.
27th appearance for Lopez on the season. He worked on the 30th in this series. A third of an inning, gave up a base hit. Overall, 19 innings for Lopez, 18 hits allowed, 9 walks and 12 strikeouts.
6+ innings for Bartolo Colon. Of course, the book not yet closed on him. He's responsible for the 2 men on, but he gave up 7 hits, 3 runs. The 2-run home run by Luke Scott back in the 4th inning. He walked 2 and struck out 5 and hit a batter.
Well, here's where the Red Sox are going to have to try to piece together the remainder of this ball game with this lead in the bullpen. Brad Mills relying heavily, obviously, on John Farrell.
Henson was up as long as Lopez was. Just looking on now with runners at first and second, nobody out. Nick Markakis, the batter. Markakis a double in the 1st inning. He struck out swinging in the 3rd inning and then walked in the 5th. $45,031 on hand today was not a sellout. After sellouts on Friday and Saturday, but still a very good crowd. 45,031.
I'd imagine some of the folks who come from Boston have to get those flights out of here today to get back home on a holiday weekend. Tomorrow, work day. I imagine a few will be hanging over regardless of work day for the Monday night game. This guy's got a flight that leaves in 25 minutes, so Daisuke is going to get out there and find a cab and get to the airport. He's only got that bag. That's all he brought with him on this trip. 1 pair of extra underwear.
Well, the ground up the middle as Lugo flips to second, barehanded, and spins and fires, gets a nice double play.
Well, 2 nice plays. First of all, by Lugo to get to this ball and give Pedroia something that he can handle. And he handles it with the bare hand. Little sidearm shuffle. Pedroia has to wait for it, then find the bag, and then make the throw, and they just do get Markakis at first base. A nice double play turned over there by that combination of Lugo and Pedroia.
So 2 big outs there. On to third goes Freddie Bynum, and it brings up Kevin Millar. Millar 0 for 3 today. Is flied out to right, grounded out to third, grounded out to short. Lopez tied for 7th with 27 appearances on the year. Issued just 1 run in the last 3 1/3 innings. It's over 7 games. This is lined into left field. A ringing single for Millar that'll produce Freddie Bynum from third base. And the Orioles pick up their 4th run. It's now 9-4. That run charged to Bartolo Colon. And it closes the book now on Colon.
26th RBI of the season for Kevin Millar as he jumps all over the fastball from Javier Lopez. So Millar with a 1-for-4 day going.
Aubrey Huff the batter, 1 for 3. Quickly through the left side into left center. Up to second base goes Millar. The base hit by Huff.
And lefties this season so far at 206 against Javier Lopez. Righties at 297 coming into today's action. Huff with the hard ground ball by the diving Julio Lugo.
So first and second, 2 down, a run in for the Orioles, and Luke Scott coming up. Scott with a double in the second inning. He homered in the 4th inning off Colon, a 2-run shot, and then struck out looking against Bartolo in the 6th inning. So Colon charged with 4 runs today in 6+ innings, giving up 7 hits, 2 walks, struck out 5. And still in line for his 3rd victory of the year without a loss. Ready should the Red Sox choose to bring him in.
This will be the last batter, I'm sure, for Lopez.
Top foul, and it's 1-1. Scott's been very good against the Red Sox so far in the series. Today a double and a home run. In there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Red Sox are 2-2 against the Orioles this season. They've won 7 of the last 10 against Baltimore. A 1-2 to Scott. Down and in, and it's 2-2. Today being June 1st, the Red Sox finished up May going 16-12. 4th highest American League winning percentage.
Well, June should be a friendlier month for the Red Sox. I think more home games than what they had in the month of May.
Red Sox losing 9 of their last 12 games away from Fenway Park.
In this month alone, what, 2 10-day road trips?
Yes. Scott sends it out towards right center field. J.D. Drew will dive and make the catch in right center. And a good jump and into the air to make the grab. The Orioles grab a run in the inning, but thanks to J.D. Drew, it's only 1.
Tired of being nickeled and dimed by other airlines?
Is this your first flight?
On Southwest Airlines, we don't charge fees for stuff that should be free. Southwest, fees don't fly with us.
You are now free to move about the country.
The best deal of the summer starts now. Take the summer off from car payments or high gas prices. Now your New England Ford dealers will give you $1,000 towards your car payments or gas on any new Focus, Fusion, Edge, Escape, or F-150. Plus, with an additional $2,500 cash, get up to $3,500 total savings on any new car, truck, SUV, or crossover. Take the summer off and get freedom from car payments or gas prices. Hurry to your New England Ford dealer.
Take me out to see Bob's team. Save me bundles of cash. Look what $9.99 buys from Bob. Saves me so much I can quit my night job. You get more for your money. That's more of your money to keep. So it's 1, 2, 3 cheers for Bob's team, the real clean sweep.
It's a grand slam.
You're watching Nessie, home of the Boston Bruins and world champion Boston Red Sox.
On Saturday, June 7th, the National Marrow Donor Program is hosting a donor drive at Tufts University from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Red Sox great Bill Monbouquet is in need of a bone marrow transplant, along with many others across the United States. If you're between the ages of 18 and 61, willing to donate to any patient in need and meet the health guidelines, please come to Cousins Gymnasium on the campus of Tufts University next Saturday. For more information, please visit dfci.org/NMDP.
Kevin Youkilis leading it off for the Red Sox here in the top half of the 8th. Steve Traxel out there for his 4th inning of relief. Burres, the starter today for the Orioles, working the first 4 innings and giving up 7 runs. Traxel has been charged with 2 runs since coming in. The center field, Adam Jones, in a few steps, makes the catch for out number 1. Here comes Manny Ramirez. Last night, number 500. Today, number 501. And now looking for 502. Ground up the middle, ranging is Roberts to the backhand. And can't play it as Ramirez will reach.
This should be an interesting call, because if Roberts makes that play, and he certainly was shading him in that direction, he gets Manny at first base. Playing him up the middle, he goes over the second base bag to the backhand. It looks like it hits his foot.
I personally would have given him an error, but they gave him a hit. It's 3 hits in the game now for Ramirez. And Mike Lowell standing in with 1 out, 1 on.
In your minor league days as an announcer and all you did in the minor leagues, did you ever have to really score a game?
No.
You never did?
No, never did.
Tough job.
It is a tough job. I think it'd be pretty tough, though.
You get it a lot from the clubhouse, too. You go down after the game, and you guys are getting, you try to, switch things from hits to errors, errors to hits.
You hear all the time about guys who call the press box. This one to deep left field off the bat of Lowell, and leaping to make the catch. Here's Jay Payne right in front of the wall.
I think Manny's going to be out.
Manny was watching it for a very long time, and he's going to be very out. Became a spectator. Unfortunately, there was just 1 out of the inning, and turns into a double play. 9-4.
Hurry in now for Toyota's banner sales event with great deals on a huge selection of Toyotas. Like Toyota Tundra, Motor Trend's 2008 Truck of the Year. Now you could get any 08 Tundra with 0% financing, plus $1,000 down payment assistance that could save you over $5,000. Or lease an 08 Tundra double cab for $289 a month for 36 months. The banner sales event ends June 2nd, so hurry to your New England Toyota dealer today.
Coors Light. It's not just a cold bottle of beer. It's a frost brewed beer. It's super chilled at 34 degrees. It's filtered cold. It's bottled cold. It's wrapped in a label that tells you when it's cold. So when you want a cold bottle of beer, ask for a beer with a taste as cold as the Rockies. Because refreshment isn't everything. It's the only thing. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
I am your idea. Color me. Get me noticed. Make me shout. And stand out. Give me Rico color that always works. I am your idea. Make me brighter. Make me shine. I am your idea. Get me in there. Make it happen. In flying colors. It's you and me, and here we go. With Rico.
Jeep is giving you protection from high gas prices.
Announcing the Jeep $2.99 gas guarantee.
Right now, when you buy or lease most Jeep vehicles, you'll pay just $2.99 a gallon for gas or diesel in each of the next 3 years for up to the first 12,000 miles per year. It's our $2.99 gas guarantee.
Jeep is coming through for you with relief at the pump, just when you need it most. Hurry to your Jeep dealer today for the $2.99 gas guarantee. Let's refuel America.
9-4, Red Sox on top as we head to the last half of the 8th inning. New pitcher for the Red Sox, third of the day. Right-hander Craig Hansen into the game.
11th appearance of the season for Hansen, a 1-2 record out of the bullpen. 9 strikeouts, 6 walks, and 11 2/3. He also worked in Baltimore here and on the 30th inning and 2/3 in that game, with walking 2 strikeouts for Hansen.
Well, Jay Payton, who made the catch on Mike Lowell's drive to left field and turned it into a double play, leads it off here in the bottom of the 8th.
I don't think Manny forgot how many outs there were. I think he honestly thought that ball was going to be over Payton's head or gone. But when Payton made the catch, he was about halfway between third and second base, and he had no chance to get back.
Jay Payton with a sacrifice bunt in the 2nd inning, an infield hit in the 4th, and then grounded out in the 6th inning. Tried to hold up, but offers, and it's down 0-2. It's Payton, Jones, and Quiros scheduled to bat here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Again fooled on the pitch, and he strikes out.
Well, quite a bit has happened for Manny Ramirez in this ballpark so far this year. Remember last time we were here, the catch, high five, double play. Of course, he hits his 500th home run here at Camden Yards. And a little mistake on the bases today, as he thought that maybe the ball was going to be out. The ballpark instead, Manny is going to be out by quite a bit at first base.
A slight miscalculation. One out for Adam Jones, who has 2 hits today. Single to right, popped out, single to left. Strike 1 and 2 now to Jones.
Hansen had a couple of very good sliders to Jay Payton the first bat of the face. That last one a little bit flat to Jones, but still gets a strike on it. Again, good action on that breaking ball. You know, when for a while that slider was just flat for him. Everyone seemed to be just kind of flat over the plate. Now he's got that hard down angle on it. And that's very tough on right-handed hitters. You see on the Amica pitch zone, this ball way out of the strike zone, but awfully tough to stay off of for a right-handed hitter.
Two down for Guillermo Quiros. 0 for 3 today. He's grounded out to second, fly to center, and struck out looking. Broken back grounder at Pedroia. And a nice quick 1-2-3 8th inning for Greg Hansen. We hit for the ninth. Red Sox on top 9-4.
Tuesday, with a forecast on the rise, the Sox come out to catch some rays. Tampa Bay's off to their greatest start in franchise history, and their bullpen shining through. But the Sox are eager to get back on top of the AL East. Will they outshine the Rays and take control of the pack? Tuesday in HD, it's the Sox-Rays. Pre-game coverage begins at 6, only on NESN.
At Infinity, the art of hospitality is anticipating what people want. Introducing the all-new Infinity EX, designed to elevate luxury in ways you could never imagine. Ordinary is getting inside a car. Extraordinary is never wanting to leave it. The all-new Infinity EX, the personal luxury crossover.
Now lease an all-wheel drive Infinity EX for $399 per month for 24 months.
It's life or death to me. I'm the #1 fighter in the world, and I'm ready to prove it.
I've been there, done that, and I'm on my way back to win a belt. There's no way this fight's going 5 rounds.
Don't blink.
This week on Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe pregame show with Tom Caron, Dave McCarty, and Lou Maloney. They'll preview the upcoming amateur draft and get you ready for the pregame series with the Tampa Bay Rays. It all begins tomorrow at 5:30, and it's only on NESN.
Nine to 4, Red Sox on top as we head to the top half of the 9th inning. And Steve Traxel back on the mound for the Orioles. Jason Varitek, J.D. Drew, and Coco Crisp expected to bat here in the top of the 9th. Red Sox banging out 16 hits today, along with their 9 runs. Varitek, it's a fly ball to center field. Adam Jones makes the catch for out number 1 of the 9th.
Picnic in the Park, which benefits the Red Sox Foundation, will be Sunday, June 22nd at Fenway Park. Immediately after the game, take part in the half-hour autograph session with Red Sox players, coaches, and manager. Eat in the outfield and have a chance to bid on a one-of-a-kind items donated by the Red Sox players and their wives. For tickets, visit redsox.com.
One out for J.D. Drew as Manny Del Carmen warms in the Red Sox pen. Drew hit a sacrifice fly in the 2nd inning. He singled in the 3rd, grounded out in the 5th, and then hit a long solo home run in the 7th inning out to right center.
I just saw that pop-up come on the screen down, and they had TC, and they had Dave, and they had Heidi. So apparently Lou hasn't had his green screen picture taken yet. They got to take care of that so they can add Lou.
Better know to nod and to cross his arms.
It's either point or cross your arms, or maybe grab it back. Jim Rice grabs it back. He's the only one, though.
There are rules to the green screens.
Yeah, if I was Lou, I think I'd cross my arms.
I like that one the best.
We're missing that pop-up. We're missing somebody. We're missing Lou.
I bet you Lou noticed it.
Well, he hasn't been in front of the green screen. He's only been there for a couple of days. They get that big green screen out.
Here's ball 4, and J.D. Drew down to first base with 1 out.
We need a new green screen pitcher, I think, Don, because the last one I took, my hair was all gray.
It's
gotten younger since then.
And the incredible thing that you've had happen over the last couple of years is that you look younger every year.
It's amazing. I'm a freak of nature, like I said. You know, some guys start gray and they get darker as they get older, like Dick Clark, myself.
Unbelievable. Yeah, just you two, really. There's nobody else. It's incredible. You look fantastic, though.
Can we put that pop-up again? Come on. Yeah, see, we got to put, Lou's got to be like right up here. We'll put Lou.
Towards shortstop might be 2 as Bynum touches second, fires to first to end the inning. Well, the Orioles will be coming up with the Red Sox on top 9-4.
Your flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly, offering snacks for sale for $5. Also available, in-flight magazines for $3. If you'd like to rent a pillow or blanket, that'll be $2. You need to use the restroom? That fee's $4. If you need anything else, feel free to push that call button for a minimum fee of $1.
How far are they gonna go? On Southwest Airlines, we don't charge fees for stuff that should be free. Southwest, fees don't fly with us.
You're now free to move about the country.
Hurry in now for Toyota's banner sales event with great deals on a huge selection of Toyotas. Like Tacoma, named a smart choice for fuel costs. And right now you could save with $500 cash back. Or you could get $500 cash back on an FJ Cruiser, recognized for having the lowest ownership costs in its class. Or you could save $1,500 with cash back on 4Runner, a winner for best overall value. The banner sales event ends June 2nd. So hurry to your New England Toyota dealer today.
Last night was very fun. This morning, less so. Who's left? Who is this? Does anybody know? Cleaning up after an all-night blowout.
Get up and go with all your favorite Dunkin' iced coffee flavors and clean up after that blowout. America runs on Dunkin'. Purchase any breakfast sandwich combo and get a free Red Sox poster. Collect all 4.
Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by your Chevrolet dealers, Foxwoods Resort Casino, Nissan, Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer of the New England Sports Network, your New England Dodge dealers, and by Southwest Airlines. Beat LA.
I love to see those signs again.
Awesome.
This is great memories, I'll tell you, from those great matchups of years past, and hopefully this will be another great series. I'm sure it will be. I can't wait for that to start on Thursday night.
I want to remind Red Sox fans that Thursday night's game will be at 6:05 at Fenway Park, moved back from 7:05 to 6:05 as 9-4 Red Sox have the lead. As you can see, Manny Del Carmen into the game.
Del Carmen making his 26th appearance for the Red Sox. 22 innings total, 25 hits, 12 earned runs, 8 walks and 17 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .281. Last time Del Carmen worked was on the 30th also here in Baltimore. Inning in that game, gave up a hit, a walk, and a strikeout.
Freddie Bynum leads it off here in the bottom of the 9th inning. He's grounded out to first, popped out to short, hit by a pitch, and scored a run.
Don, between innings, we got a message from the green screen people back at NESN, and Lou has had a green screen pitcher taken, so very shortly he'll be in the pop-ups.
We were all worried for nothing. It was all taken care of. This one blooped to shallow left on the run, and in time to grab it is Jacoby Ellsbury for the first out in the ninth. Craig Hansen worked the 8th inning. He struck out Payton and Jones before he got Kiros to ground up, and a nice 1-2-3 8th inning for Hansen. One away for Brian Roberts, who was 0 for 3 with a walk today. Strike 1-1. And Doug Carmen has given up 1 run in the last 5 innings. Overall 9 2/3 innings pitched, 2 earned runs in the last 8 games. All 2, and it's 2-1. Strike 2-2. Red Sox do have more action in the pen as Mike Timlin has started to warm. Outside 3-2. Cologne today going 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, walked 2, struck out 5. And in line to pick up his 3rd win without a loss. Popped up foul, backing out of play.
Well, that low-risk investment by the Red Sox on Bartolo Colon so far is paying very nice dividends for them, isn't it?
Sure is.
Could be a perfect 3-0 if the Red Sox can wrap this one up this afternoon.
They ended up throwing 102 pitches. On the ground, diving is Pedroia. Has time to collect himself and throw out Roberts 2 down.
Now this was not quite as good as the one early in the ball game by Pedroia, but back in the 6th inning, of course, this would look like a base hit. But this last one in the 9th, it looked like maybe he could have made that play without the dive. But the result the same, the out at first base.
2 down for Nick Markakis here in the 9th. And strike 1 to Markakis, who doubled back in the 1st inning. Orioles have 9 hits, along with their 4 runs. Tomorrow, Tim Wakefield 3-4 with a 4.70 earned run average, matched up against Jeremy Guthrie. Right-handers 2-5, but with an earned run average it's under 4, 3.62. Wakefield 12-11 in his career against the Orioles. 31 starts against Baltimore and 12-11 all time with a 4.16 earned run average. Also had an 8-inning effort against the Mariners last time out. Solo home run by Yuniesky Betancourt. The difference. .30 swinging was Markakis, and he fouls it off. 3-1. the middle, and by the dive of Lugo into center field. A 2-out single for Nick Markakis.
Another multiple hit game for Markakis. He was 2 for 5 last night against the Red Sox. A couple of hits today, 2 for 4. He also has a walk mixed in. Common tries to get it on the backswing, but can't knock it down.
So 2 outs, Markakis at first base, and here's Kevin Millar. Slide to right, grounded out to third, grounded out to short. Last time up single to drive in an Orioles run. Now 26 RBIs. A strike now to Millar. And Colon going 6. Javier Lopez went an inning, giving up 2 hits. Nick Hansen an inning, striking out 2 and retiring all 3 batters he faced. And Carmen has the first 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Bounces in. Veritek able to knock it down, and it's 2-1.
Veritek catching every game in this series, and of course with tomorrow with Wakefield going, Kevin Cash will get the start, so Veritek will have tonight off, tomorrow night, back in there probably on Tuesday.
Hopped up. Veritek discards the mask. The Red Sox have taken the first 3 games of this 4-game series against the Orioles, and certainly turning things around since a very tough beginning to this trip. Manny Ramirez hits home run number 501 today, and J.D. Drew with a long home run to right center, all part of the 9-4 victory as the Red Sox bang out 16 hits. Jaron, I'll be right back, but first, here's Tom Caron with a preview of what's coming up on WB Mason's Extra Innings.
Well, Don, thanks very much. Yeah, the long ball, the story for the Red Sox today is Bartolo Colon now 3-0 with the Red Sox, and just like that, Boston 1 win away from coming home from this road trip at 500, which sounds pretty good after they started losing 5 of the first 6. But they've taken all 3 in Baltimore so far. Lou Merlone and Dave McCarty with me in studio. WB Mason's Extra Innings coming up in just a few moments.
Closed captioning for Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Some say American car companies don't stack up to the imports on fuel economy. Check the facts. Fact, Chevy offers 7 models that get an EPA estimated 30 mpg highway or better, like the Cobalt XFE or the Chevy Aveo 5, the lowest priced new car in America. You have a right to know the truth. Qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on this 08 Malibu for around $209 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for lease details. See your local Chevy dealer today.
So, Dad, you know Wendy's is dedicated to using fresh beef that's never been frozen?
No.
I mean, do you realize what kind of commitment that takes? I mean, they're vowed to something, and they continue to deliver on that promise.
I never said I'd buy you a car for graduation.
A promise is only good if it's kept. Wendy's hot and juicy hamburgers are made with fresh, never frozen beef. That's a promise. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's.
Well, the Red Sox win at 9-4. The play of the game is brought to you by Foxwoods Resort Casino, and it's going to be Manny Ramirez, 501st home run, a 2-run home run to the opposite field. Manny drove in 3 runs this afternoon to lead the Red Sox to victory. 3 straight here so far over the O's.
Well, the final score again, 9-4. The Red Sox win this one for Jerry Remy and Heidi Watham. Don Orsillo saying good afternoon from Camden Yards. Visit the new NESN.com or New England Sports Live Online. This has been a presentation of NESN, New England's most watched sports network. It's time now for Tom Caron at the NESN HD Television Center. TC.
It took exactly 1 day for Manny to get from 500 to 501. Manny, part of a 16-hit attack today for the Red Sox. He hits number 501 in the fourth inning. Next batter, Mike Lowell, hits his 7th of the season. In all, the Red Sox, so with 3 homers on the day, J.D. Drew would add 1 later. All good news for the Red Sox offensively, and good news for Bartolo Colon, who picks up his 3rd win in as many Red Sox starts. 6 innings of work for Colon and the Red Sox. Take the first 3 games of this series with the win in Baltimore today. Welcome into our NESN HD Television Center as WB Mason's extra innings on the air. Tom Caron, Lou Merlone, Dave McCarty, and this Bartolo Colon thing's worked out pretty well so far.
I'd say so. You know, so far. I mean, look at the low risk. You bring this guy in, he goes 6 innings, been lights out, throwing the ball effectively hard. I mean, 95, 96 miles an hour. That was a big question mark. You know, is he going to have the arm strength there? But this guy's a horse, man. He's been throwing the ball great for them right now.
Manny got asked last night, are you ready to go after 600? He said, I'll just go after 501 right now. It didn't take him very long to get back on the horse.
No, it didn't. Just like Lou mentioned in the pregame, when Manny's driving the ball to the opposite field like that, that's when he's dangerous.
499, 500, 501, all to the opposite field, all to right field. Red Sox with the long ball action today. And the offense now is really coming around. They did not hit well in Oakland or Seattle. They have hit very well in Baltimore. You can see the numbers. $169 they hit over the first 6 games of this road trip. Just 1 win in that stretch. 289 now with the 3 wins down in Baltimore. The homers have come. 6 homers down there so far. Camden Yards, such a great hitter's ballpark, right?
Oh, it's a great hitter's ballpark, and it's going to get even better as the summer goes. I mean, we were talking earlier about later on when it starts getting really hot down there, that ballpark becomes a bandbox. It's a great place to hit.
Red Sox had already put 1 run up on the board. Then they come back out in the 3rd inning game, able to hang up 3 more there with 3 straight hits to start the inning, but the long ball started coming in the 4th. Manny, then Lowell, back-to-back home runs here as all of a sudden the power numbers have started picking up on the road finally for the Sox.
Well, and you knew they would. Just the law of averages. They were going to have to start swinging the bats better and start driving the ball the way they're capable of doing.
We said it at one point, watching Burres face Manny Ramirez. That's the kind of guy he eats up, a left-handed like that.
Well, there's nothing to get him out, really. I mean, looking at this guy, he's soft away. He might kind of crowd you in a little bit. But to go after Manny, you got to make him feel real uncomfortable. Kind of throw the ball up and in, throw the ball hard. But with the lefty, just throwing up there, throwing a little bit of slop, change-ups away. That's right, playing right into his power.
Yeah, Manny wants to see the ball a long time, let it get deep in the zone. Lefties throwing soft like that. That's how you've got to approach those guys. It plays right into Manny's strength.
Saw J.D. Drew with a home run on the back end. Now, you were saying after a concussion once you had a bout of vertigo. I mean, we don't know if that's what he has or we've heard vertigo-like symptoms, but people kind of dismiss that, a little dizziness, but that's a tough thing to get in there with.
Yeah, severity of vertigo, I'm not sure how this works, but I know that last year in spring training, I got hit in the head with a 1-2 fastball. It knocked me out. I dealt with post-concussion things for about a month. It took me about 2 months before I felt even normal, and I had vertigo after about 3 weeks or a month, even after I had gotten hit, and it took a couple weeks for me to get over it. So these guys dealing with it right now might be a little bit differently, but I know how severe this thing can be.
Yeah, scary with head injuries because there's only one guy who can tell you how bad it is, and that's the guy going through it. Meantime, Bartolo Colon, we saw him arrive at camp. We said, can this guy get in shape to pitch through this season? If he can, this guy won the Cy Young Award just 3 years ago. Lou said low risk. That's absolutely right. They could lose $1.5 million, and that's not a big deal in today's baseball. But if he goes the rest of the way, they're only going to pay him about $5 million, and he's added a lot to this team when they need it with Dice KO.
Yeah, and with a guy with his experience and his resume, to get him for such a low-risk contract is huge.